want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I came out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got to share this space, guys. We got to share this space. Share it out. Retweet it, drop a comment, like. We got to get more viewers in here. Invite a friend, tag 3 friends. What I'm going to share with you today is profound. So we deserve an audience. If you have friends who have a dream and they're trying to uncover their way about it in their life, they need to hear this. I'm going to give you something strong today. So shout out to everyone out there. Pull up, send some friends. My man, tap into this one. It's so good. Prognosis AI. What's up, bro? Raylan, first word in the chat. The chat is and. You could have put something like spicy, man. Like, I'm here to dream. I'm here to transform my life and make my dreams come true. That's why I'm here. Just so you guys know. As Dev of Dreamcat, which I am, I should do some introductions. What's going on, everyone? My name is the Genie. I am the developer of this project, Dreamcat on Solana. This is a place where dreams become reality, dreams come true. This is a Web3 crypto project that we are building out. Not just myself, I oversee it. I'm the head person, but through the community, through the dreamers of the world, we believe, actually that's a lie. We don't believe anything. We know that we can actually help change the world. So this is a bigger mission, bigger than Web3 and crypto. It's bringing the dreamers of the world together, helping them unlock their dreams, helping them achieve their dreams. And what we do here on this podcast is we talk about dreams and making them come true. We teach, we educate, we dive into the books. I got books all around me. We go into the lessons from the people who have made greatness before. and we talk and align it with crypto in this space with Dreamcat. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be talking about a topic called awakening the dreamer within, stimulating the greatness, cultivating the greatness. We're going to talk about how this actually today's really about consciousness. Today's a little woo-woo. We're going to be talking about how the truth about this game of life and how you as a dreamer can unlock the playbook to get you in this pursuit of the dream, to find your dream, to find your purpose. I'm very excited about it. I have a few things prepared. I'm excited about life. I've been falling in love with life, and I want to share this joy and enthusiasm with all of you out there so you can experience what I am experiencing as a dreamer. And my thought, my belief is together we can do something great. Together we can make a great movement here in Web3. So I don't want to leave anyone out. We got Raylan we got Amos in the chat. Welcome, bro. This is going to serve you bigly as well. I welcome everyone here. We got Crypto Williams in the building. Says, let me redeem myself and win that 30,000 dream. Dreams always come through. Just believe in your dream. That's corny. It's cliche, but it is the truth. Now, I digress. I don't want to make this intro long and boring because I'm going to just give some absolute fire. So let's just talk about the giveaway and then we'll get on with the show, okay? It shouldn't be too long. I always seem to go long when I say that, but here we go. You need to know about a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway. We're changing it. 2 ways to win. 15,000 dream, MVP in the chat. It goes to the MVP in the chat. It doesn't mean, hype me up and butter me up, okay? It just means tap in, be an active listener, right? When you're typing something back, when you're hearing something, that's an active listener. I would assume the MVP of the stream retweeted this stream. I would assume the MVP of the stream quote tweeted it. Maybe they tagged a few friends. If they didn't comment in the chat, how can they be the MVP of the stream? Is there someone watching this who didn't say hello in the live comments? I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to the wall or do it for my health. I want to talk to the dreamers of the world. So let us know you're here. Be active. You can win MVP 15,000 dream, okay? The second way to win, we changing it. We got a show at the end now. It's a guessing game. What does that have to do with crypto? Nothing. I like guessing games. I used to play this with my siblings. We'll pull up 5 different pictures. You'll have a minute, and whoever wants to play can play it. We need at least 2 people to tango. So stick around till the end, and in the live comments, you answer the question, right? You have to guess, either be the quickest, the fastest, get all the answers right, get some wrong, and whoever has the highest score wins 15,000 dream as well. So excited about that. But let's get into it. So first, before we even get into the topic, we got some cool things to go through here, a few recommendations, thoughts, tweets. We're going to start with tweets. I want to review a few tweets from this week, just a little crypto Dreamcat review to keep people who are updated, who aren't in our chat every day, right? So let's take a look at these, a few that I'm proud of. Why is this? Here we go. Boom. All right, we're going to have to make that bigger for sure. So first and foremost, I want to highlight this tweet right here. This is a beauty. This is one of my favorite edits. This edit right here is now hanging up on my wall in my bedroom. I made this edit for that purpose. This edit here is a visualization tool that I made for myself. What do you see in this picture? Let me know. I see a cat. His name is Dream. I see a red Ferrari. Maybe it's a Lamborghini. I can't tell from here. I see a giant Christmas tree. I see fireworks. When you are a dreamer, there's things called, let's call them future forecasting. It means if you have a dream, manifesting is something you hear, but if you have a dream and you want to make it come true, you kind of just like paint the dream and imagine what it could be. And by living in this and imagining what could be, it kind of gets in your mind, right? You say like, oh yeah, like I remember looking at that so much, it almost like it feels real. And this is just a bit of manifesting. So on this, what you're looking at here is actually a movie poster. It says Dreamcat, the dream is real. And you see Dream, some parts of his life, and you see a lot of Christmas-centric things here. We've never really unraveled the whole Christmas thing about Dream, but Dream's big future does tie into Christmas. And of course, it talks about dreams. So could there be a Dreamcat movie? To be completely honest, absolutely. Are you going to see it anytime soon? No, you're not. We're not. I don't want to hype. I don't really care. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm just here. I want to talk about the dream. When I talk about these things, sometimes I feel like I'm overhyping or selling. I don't even care. I'm just trying to talk about the mission. I love Dream. So yeah, could there be a Dreamcat movie? In order for Dream to be everything it needs to be, there would literally have to be a Hollywood level Dreamcat movie. So I could be a loser, a complete failure. It could all go kaput. But hey, I'll just say that. Troll King, I love you. I see you. I know I haven't been as active on Spaces. I sent you this invite intentionally. You know, I don't send you every invite because I'm not trying to waste. I sent you this intentionally because you're a dreamer and you're into maybe a little bit of the consciousness stuff. You might like this topic. I'll get into it in about 10 minutes and I'll share the whole consensus in probably 20, 25 minutes. So super stoked to see you here, man. Big fan as always. Okay, so there you go. That's the Dreamcat movie poster. I thought that was a super cool edit. Next, I want to show you this. And mind you, these all tie into what the topic is, awakening the dreamer within. Okay, so just a quick review here. This is the next photo that we have here. I'll get it so you can actually see it. And it is a edit that's obviously me, fantasy version of me, with Dreamcat. It says, the biggest dreamers in the world. Now, I don't care about magazines. I don't care about Forbes and Entrepreneur magazine, but it was the best way to visualize. If you want to give yourself a title, the best way to see it in your mind is like on a news, I don't know, like breaking news, like on a news interview, on a magazine. So this is how I did it. It says the biggest dreamers in the world. This is part of the vision, is when I think about myself, a little voice in my head, when I'm locked in, when I'm in momentum, a little voice in my head tells me you are going to be one of the biggest dreamers in the world. Now, again, I don't care. I'm not here to I'm just telling you what is. So this is my own mind, my own life. You're a dreamer. Think what you need to think. Do what you need to do. I'm just trying to say, I'm not here to just oh, I'm going to do this and we're going to do this. And, I get it. Do work, show it, show me, right? Don't tell me. But this is just what we're telling a story. We're talking on the pod. So I made this picture is also on my wall now. This is a visual for my vision wall, myself with Dreamcat. I think together we can become a voice for the dreamers of the world. Okay, that's part of the mission here. The third one I want to show you is one more thing that is going to tie into today's podcast, which we're going to talk about. I'm going to give my examples, and I want you to think about yours when it comes to awakening the dream within. I just got a comment from Peanut. He says he'll be here shortly, just in time. I hope he can catch it. So this is a picture that I took at Hollywood Studios, a Disney World theme park on Friday of last week. So you wouldn't have caught it if you were here for last Thursday. I took this picture, and it is about Disneyland. Now, I want to read you this because tying into my story here, it's about visionaries and creators and finding inspiration in the world, right? What can inspire you on earth? What can spark the dreamer in you? And this is, Walt Disney happens to be the #1 person today that sparks the dreamer in me. I'll share a few more of those with you, but I just want to read you this. I took this picture at Resonate and I actually posted it on Dreamcat. It said, one of the big dreamers, Walt Disney. And it says, from mind to map, Walt's ideas for an amusement enterprise had been brewing for nearly 20 years before his first Disneyland concepts would be put to paper. Walt originally looked to build his park in an empty lot across from Disney Studios, but as plans for Disneyland continued to evolve and expand, Walt looked further south, yada, yada, yada. Many elements from Walt's earliest visions can still be found in the finished design. So this is Walt Disney's dream, and it became a reality. I can deeply resonate this. Dreamcat himself can deeply resonate with this because there's a big vision, right? There's a big vision for what dream could be in, and how it works is just like that. Walt had that dream for 20 years. Everyone wants overnight. Is the right prognosis? You may ask, man, is the flip gonna switch? Is dream on the comeback? Right? Is dream on the comeback and the come up? The magic flip of the switch, I would say, is us just becoming and moving. But also for all you dreamers out there, remember, we don't want to be that kind of project. If you want to be a part of the dream, the best thing you can do is share the dream organically and real, right? Tell someone, fall in love with the mission, fall in love with becoming the best version of you. That's the best way to shill the dream. Become great. Go on your own journey and become. Okay, so I want to share that. It inspired me. Talk about Walt. I like Walt. And yeah, So there's more. I have lots of tabs to show you guys today, but they will come after I start this talk. So still looking for MVPs. Let's look at Twitter quickly. I'm going to shout out everyone who quote tweeted this. I'm watching. I'm paying attention. Let's see so you can see them. We got Brenda in the building. Brenda, join us in the live chat. I didn't even know you were here. So you can comment below and still watch this. But if you click on the video, there's a part that says live, and then I can show your comments here on the screen. And then I can see you. But awesome to have you. Again, we just met. You're going to love this topic, Brenda. So stick with us. Living from the end, the bridge fills it in, loves the topic. Man, Brenda's ready for MVP. 2 comments already, sharing it out. Awesome. We appreciate that. I'll show it so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Just looking at the Twitter. Crypto Williams, Dreamer Active, Dreamcat Solana, drinking a brew. Welcome in, dude. Amos with the share. Appreciate that, bro. When you guys like, share, even if you just comment, super helpful. I appreciate it. You are bringing me to the people I needed to find. That's so awesome that you show up in the feed. This is the stuff I love. Oh, Brenda, I got to tap in. I like Brenda. We shouted her out last week. All right, so there we go. Thank you guys for sharing out, retweeting, okay? Let's get on with the show. There you are. Welcome, Brenda. Hopefully Peanut makes it. I want him to hear this. All right, let's get in the topic. It should only be like 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then we'll look at some things. We'll go to the Dreamcat quote of the day, all the good stuff. All right, today's topic, awakening the dreamer within. Each week, I select a topic that is relevant because I want to give you something fresh. People say, hey, why don't you be efficient? Why don't you stack up 4 topics? Because when I show up, the passion that I have may be gone. It may not be there. And these work best when they're operated and pulled from real life. And the good news for you is I'm a 24/7 dreamer. I'm pursuing and chasing my dreams all the time. So there's always content. There's always something to talk about. And if you are on this pursuit as well, hopefully some of these things are relevant, because the idea here is, yeah, let's dream, crypto, let's pump, let's moon, but let's act it. Let's become in real time. So this was the topic for me because this week I had one of the happier days of my life. Because I got enamored in joy, in passion, in my purpose. And I'm walking around the way I'm talking. I talked to my sister on the phone today and I said, I love playing the game of life. I'm really enjoying the human experience. Like, this is where I'm at right now because it's all clicking. I'm 32 years old. I don't like to talk about the age. I don't celebrate my birthday. But yeah, I'm like, whoa, I'm 32 years old and I'm going backwards. I'm seeing all the things line up. So this is what I'm going to tell you about. The purpose, the dream, right? You can dream of having a fancy car. You can dream of having freedom with your kids. There's different levels to the dream. Physical things that you can have, I have them too. I want a dream library in my home sometime, right? A library that's just, interactive. The ceiling may have crazy paintings. There may be sound effects, a special chair. I might be able to make like lightning strikes or, different things. Cool things I want to do. That's a dream too. But there's also the dream, which is like the purpose of your life, right? So some people in a career, they say, I'm in banking, but my real dream is to do a podcast talking about celebrity gossip, right? I just love celebrity gossip. It's not the topic I recommend, but maybe you love celebrity gossip and that's your dream, right? There's some bigger purpose for you. A job is just how you make money on earth. A purpose and a dream, kind of an interchangeable term, is what you are meant to do, how you are meant to serve the world, what you are meant to do on this life. And my hope is that you can find it. And together through this, we may be able to. So in awakening this dreamer within, it's really about, I'd say, trying things in this life to find things that stimulate you, that excite you, that bring passion to you. I want to show you this right here, a movie recommendation from me. Let me know if you've seen this movie. We'll blow it up here. This movie is called Soul. Don't do that to me. Let me show the whole thing. Unreal. It wants it to be small. Hopefully you can see it there. Soul. This is a Disney movie called Soul. And what they do in this movie is they kind of show what we're talking about. So I'll describe it here. In the beginning of this movie, in the beginning, after they end up in the heaven, basically, they talk about all these souls. And they're like, here's a bunch of souls. They're going to be born into baby humans someday. And in order to, go on to Earth and do something special, you got to play around here on Soul Land and find your spark, find your passion, find something you love. So the souls say, hey, this is basketball. Maybe you would really like basketball. Try it out. Shoot a hoop. This is a bakery. They bake bread. Maybe you want to bake bread. Do you want to be a fireman? Do you want to be a philosopher? How about politics? Music is a thing that they do on Earth, right? It's just a movie, but this is the idea: is the souls have the chance to discover what they love, and then they wear this little badge that it gives them, like, once they find their purpose, it gives them a little Earth badge. They slap that baby on, and then they're born as a baby, right? But the problem is, and this is what's real about real life, is once you get here and you're a baby and you're 3 years old, you don't really know like what that was supposed to be. No one really told you, hey, you know what I mean? Like, if you do believe in some higher purpose that you're here for a mission, how would you know what it is? And I'm of the belief that everyone has this, right? And this is kind of coming from an esoteric view today. And it's not even crazily cryptocentric. It's for your life and your dreams. So that's the dilemma. You have a purpose, you have a dream, but what is it? How do you find it? How do you awaken that piece inside of you, who the dreamer is, what you're supposed to do? And the thing is, when you find this thing, you are vibrating, you are operating on a different level. And I just feel happy because my life's not great right now. I'm not like winning at an all-time high or anything like that, but I'm aligned better than I've ever been, and it feels exciting. I'm like, I love Earth. I love the sunshine. I love the clouds. Like, I'm hot. I'm like, anyway, I want you all to feel this. Shout out to my man Cat Collector. Are you live, Mr. Ben? Mr. New Zealand Ben? I really like Ben. I shouted you out in the chat. You didn't see me. I took a picture of New Zealand, man. I hope to see you in the live chat. You're probably on lunch break. Okay, anyway, I barely told you anything so far. So how do you awaken this dreamer within? Well, the other things I wrote down was stimulating your greatness, cultivating your greatness. How can you, hint, nurture it, guide it, believe in it? Does anyone know where that movie quote is from? You must nurture it, guide it, believe in it. How can you do this? How can you do this? Well, let me tell you, you do this on Earth. Earth is your playground. So you come from you're born, and then you're on Earth, and this is your playground. You go around and do what I just said. You go on YouTube, you listen to Martin Luther King, and he says, I have a dream. And you say, wow, I learned about Martin Luther King, and I heard he did all these great things, and he had this big movement. Maybe he did some bad things if you read into it too, but he really inspired me. Maybe I could use my voice or speech to make such a profound speech to inspire people like him. And again, not everyone's going to be Martin Luther King. We all have different purposes and plans, but you use the earth to find things that inspire. How do you have to try things. If you're just sitting in front of this, by the way, this dream talk could inspire one of you. This could be the spark that you found on accident. You came for crypto. Brenda, you came by destiny because the algorithms, because the dream is calling you. And one thing I say today sparks you. I'm not going to take any credit for Libre because he's his own man, but I'm so happy that he came here and he was introduced to personal development. That I will say, because of Dream Talk, because of his crypto journey, he found personal development, and everything he's doing from here is all him. He simply listened to it, said, I like this principle. I'm going to apply it to my life. And now he's crushing it on X, right? He's got 100 people in his comments every day. He took something in the world, and he's going with it. And I'm not saying that's the spark of his life and his dream, but it's a piece on his journey. And that, if it doesn't lead him to the promised land, the main thing he's supposed to do, it will be a building block. And it will lead him to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, until eventually he arrives at the destination that I just arrived at, which is synchronicity, where suddenly you take all the clues of your life, the thing that seemed like random to you 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the random book you read, the random event you did. It made no sense back then. It was a fleeting, passing thing. But now you come back and you understand everything. You're like, oh my gosh, the clues, the signs have always been there. And then you just become fulfilled, I guess. Bear with me. I know this sounds a little. Is anyone following this? Please let me know in the chat. I do the best when I get your feedback. So if I don't hear from anyone, I would just assume that I'm being boring right now. But I love when I hear from you guys. So let me know if any of this resonates with you. Okay, so you try things, you do things. Another thing is places that you travel also is a spark in your life. So if you want to awaken the dream, going somewhere besides just, oh, I live in my same hometown. I lived in my hometown my whole life. I stay here, it's great. I have a job. It may be harder to find that inspiration because maybe in your path, you're meant to go above and beyond in some way, right? You're meant to go see something. I went to Russia recently. I made a post about it today. It was an inspiring thing for me. The other night, I'll just tell you guys my story here in a second. What happened to me the other night? The other night, I found 5 new tabs for the Dream Journey. Unreal. I'm excited to tell you about that. Let's see what else I have before I get to that. Okay, so you were put on this earth, and again, you have no roadmap. You don't know what you're supposed to do, so you must discover it. You have to go out there and find it. Travel to different places, try new foods, talk in different conversations. Religion is a pathway. School and different topics are a pathway. Maybe it's, I'll tell you another thing I love, Greek mythology, and I'll tell you a story on that too. Try things, read books, learn about other dreamers. Attempt to get the spark to ignite it, but you have to discover it, right? That's how once you're aligned with your dream, which is what we're here to do. DreamCat is our vehicle. I want to encourage you to be on your dream journey. I'm doing things each week in my life. Sometimes it's very quiet. Sometimes there's not a lot to report. Sometimes, I'm in a euphoric lane right now. It's a different season of moving forward. My hope and wish is that you as a dreamer have the same stuff going on, right? Maybe it's just as simple as I want to make money in crypto and finance. It's good. Let's share. I'm going to make 2 new filters in the Telegram and the vision that I have, and maybe this will happen when we get more buys because most people are just here for crypto, right? My man Coiny and Libre, they're just here for the journey and the personal development. They tap into that. But when the price goes up, people will pay more attention to the Telegram, hang out in there. And that's what my hope is, that you can join this journey with us and say, man, hey, today, like Raylan said, hey, man, my goal is to become the greatest gardener in all of Australia and teach people about different gardening practices on the biggest stage. By the way, Cat Collector from New Zealand is a master gardener, and Turbo, why am I missing his Twitter name? I don't know his real name, but his Twitter name. It's escaping me. But my man Turbo also does like master gardening. So gardening is popular in Web3. But you want to become this XYZ gardener, and maybe just each day you, are learning a new tactic, or you're practicing it, or you're recording a video or something, right? Maybe you're just enjoying yourself. That's okay too. But that's my selfish want. I want to dream with the people of the world. Troll King's dream with us. He said, I'm listening and I always love your message. I got nothing but love, man. You move with a good heart, and I love where you're at as well. I may try to come over there. If I recall, I was just looking at, there's 3 of them. They're up there. It's like Norway, Sweden, and there's one more over there. Which one were you again? You were in Norway, I think. Okay. Now, we got all that. You're put on Earth, no roadmap. It's your job to find out what's good for you. You have to discover it, okay? Life as we know it, I'm seeing life all different. Not a job, not a career. Life is a quest. Life is a quest with no rules, no roadmap, and it's your job to figure things out. So for example, you have to unlock what I just talked about: joy, excitement, passion, purpose. These are things that are like not free to all. You may go to a comedy show and laugh and find some joy, but most people aren't. People say, I hate it here, right? Oh, this is a terrible place. Oh, look at all the war that's going on. This is, I just hate working. It's terrible. Maybe it's because they came here with no rules, but they haven't gone the discovery process yet. The thing that's so hard about Earth, if we're thinking about it like a video game, I love this philosophy, right? We talk about the Matrix and stuff like that. If the Earth is a video game, if we have any gamers out there, let me know. Think of it as this. There are hidden levels here on Earth. There are buried treasure chests here on Earth. They exist, but no one gives you the map and no one even tells you they're here. Most humans don't know that there are hidden levels in the game of Earth. They're just like, oh, this is Earth, blah, blah, blah. But some do pursuits. They're drawn to something. And so they take an action, they do something. And when you do, you will find the hidden levels of the game through discovery. Things will happen in your life. Things will change on an energetic level. I know Brenda would get this, right? I don't know how deep you are, by the way, Brenda. I don't know how far along you are in your journey. I said something to you a little crazy in the DMs, and that may be like way past where you are. There's all different levels to this awakening journey, I guess, and that's kind of this topic here. But there are secret levels to the game that no one talks about, that you don't read about, and you have to find them through your own curiosity, through your own discovering. You have to awaken the dreamer within. Because I want to tell you this, and then I'm going to share some stories. Let's see. You unlock joy, excitement, finding buried treasure, a clue to unlocking the dreamer that is in you, life's synchronicities. Okay, we'll talk about that last part, and then I'll tell my story from this week, show you a few more cool things, and yeah, we won't even be that long. Peanut might not even make it here. What was I just saying, though? Talking to Brenda, told her about that. We're all at different levels. You're at different places. Gosh dang, I forgot. Let's go to synchronicities. Maybe it'll come back to me. Okay, so you're on Earth, awakening the dreamer within. Oh, here's what I want to say. For you guys out there, you all have one, by the way. So when we say awaken, have you found it? Does anyone, I'll say this, does anyone feel like they know what their dream and purpose is? Does anyone feel like they found that? I see you here, man. Hey, you're in the MVP running, bro. I see you. Dropping comments. I love that you started showing up to our lives, too. I appreciate all the love you show me. And I want to get to know more about what you do, too, to see how I can kind of try to support you. Because Prognosis, you guys don't know. You guys only know people in the TG. Man, he's making music videos for us about Dreamcat. He's tweeting about us like once every couple of days, shouting us out. I usually retweet him a lot. So give him a follow if you're here. He is a big dreamer. And another thing I like about him is he picked a dream, right? You have that orange car that you wanted. That is your dream. Okay. So now the synchronicities. A clue to unlocking the dream that is in you is life's synchronicities. Here is how it becomes a game. Here is why you start laughing to yourself out loud. Here is why you stay up all night long one night, because you feel like a mad scientist. Hello, my friend Bubba Gump. I see you're speaking in another space. Thank you for dropping a like. Shout out to Bubba Gump. I love Bubba Gump. Check out this little bit here, Bubba. So the synchronicities. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my story that just happened to me 2 nights ago, and I'm going to tell you and give you real world examples about the synchronicities, because that's the best way to describe it, through story. 2 nights ago, I got on my laptop at 8 o'clock at night, time to do some work. La-di-da-di-da, I posted that picture of the Dreamcat movie poster, right? And the Forbes, that was the night that it happened. I posted stuff like this, right? Maybe you saw that. The Dreamcat movie poster, one of my favorite edits of all time. I love it. Future forecasting. So that was that night. I was working on that, and I got in the zone. If you watch that movie Soul that we mentioned as well, they talk about this zone. This is also in the movie. The zone is a place where you go where it's like you're in La La Land. You're so deep in your passion and your dream that time flies by. You don't get hungry. You don't get tired. You're just aligned with your purpose. You're like enthused. You're on a mental high. You're filled with energy, and it's called the zone. And they say, like, you know, piano players, when they're just so deep in their music, they close their eyes and they're just living in the sound, and they're in the zone. This is a place where dreamers go. So there I am, 8 o'clock, and I'm getting into a few things. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for new pictures to finish my vision wall. I made, 50% of my vision wall got wiped out. Thank the Lord. It was a 4-year dream come true. I saw some of the best Christmas destinations in the world, and so there were empty spaces. So I was online looking up pictures and new pieces to fill in my vision wall. And as I was going about this and creating things and looking for things, I found things that made my heart smile. I don't want to be corny with you guys. I just want to be descriptive in the most transparent way possible. Like it brought my heart joy. That's literally how it feels. So I'll tell you a few. There are a few destinations. So there's a few destinations, a few things I found out, a few people I learned about. And I'm going to share those with you guys now, just so you know where Dream is coming from. Okay. Let's just start with the first one. So I was looking for locations, and then I was using AI. I said, basically, I was using AI to inspire me. So I figured out I looked at a map. I pulled up a map of the earth. And here's how I play the game of life. I don't say, I hope one day I can save up enough money to visit New Zealand. I say, I decide how I want to play life. Anywhere I pick on the map, that's my choice, and I'm going to go there. I'm going to use complete free will, whatever inspires me in this life. I'm a dreamer for my whole life. If something's calling me, like Moana being called by the ocean, I answer the call, and I look and I say, okay, what's calling me? And I found a new location that's never been on my map before, and it's Greece. And Greece has come on my map because I'm an evolving person. The oldest level of me had zero association with Greece. I was only able to get to this new level. Vena's hiding in the building? Where is she at? There she is. Guess what, Vena? This actually sound creepy. I'm not trying to be creepy. I was thinking of you recently. Okay, quick, hold on. Vena's here. I was looking at places on the map. It's where you're from, but I don't want to missay it. I looked at one place after that. I'm trying to remember the name. Thailand, right? You're from Thailand. So I was looking at Vietnam and Thailand. And I was looking at Thailand and looking at the temples. And I was like, wow, it's not on my list yet. But I was like, I could see it. So shout out to Vena. Thanks for reposting the stream. We appreciate that. I'm going to close the comments for a minute so I can stay focused. Okay. Focus. I promise this is good. You're going to see. I'm going to flip my phone upside down too. Got a lot of distractions. Okay. So I'm looking up Greece. I used AI to give me inspiration. So I looked at the map. I pinpointed places that had one thing that I had a desire about. I started with Egypt. Actually, I said Egypt, the temples, the mummies, the whole treasure appeal, the ancient stories interest me. I went in my AI and I said, ChatGPT, write me up like a image generator prompt about all the greatest locations and things and inspiration and famous people or inspiring leaders in Egypt. And then I plugged that into the AI, and the AI made a descriptive visual for me, pulling from things I didn't know. And I looked at the visual and it was like a loop, right? I kind of have a hot lead here. I looked at the visual, I was like, wow, I want to do that. So I back-ended a few of these. Egypt is now on my list. Another one I'm super excited about is south somewhere. It's small. It's technological. They have a lot of greenery with tech. Holy moly, I'm missing it. Greece, Italy, Rome, Vatican City, Japan, Singapore. Singapore is the big new one. Okay, so I do all this, I find these. On the Greece one, it makes a picture, and I wish I could show it to you. I pull up a picture, and I get a few things from it. It brings me back to certain things. Greece is all about the ancient, like Zeus and this person, that person. Ooh, interesting, Greek mythology. I'm interested in that. Ooh, look at these different destinations that I see. Greece has, guess what Greece has? And this is another thing that lit me up. Greece has a location that in Greek mythology times was considered the center of the earth. So there's a story about Zeus where he lets two birds fly and he instructs them to, land wherever the center of the earth is, and they came to this set place. If you look at it, it's just empty ruins. But because I'm at a new level of life and I understand the power of energy, and I've actually read specifically about the center of the earth or the center of the universe, finding the apex of earth, where is it? Doing so is like unlocking a level in the game. Okay, when I talk about this magic game that you don't know exists, there are different things. Everything is not necessarily what it seems, okay? Esoteric view here. So I found it. I was like, wow, now there's even a bigger reason I want to go there. And then they started talking about great minds. The AI was just spitting stuff out at me. And it was like, Socrates, Plato, and all these philosophers. And I'm like, wow. And then when I made the AI generation, it started showing, I can't tell you all this without showing you the image. I'm going to show you the image. I'm going to find it here. Then when it showed me these people, it started showing me sacred geometry. So please bear with me. I'm not trying to get too crazy sharing all my views, but it showed sacred geometry. Basically, it's just like, in geometry, everything on Earth, if you pay attention to it, is made like it's a reoccurring theme, that there is uniform geometry underlying everything on Earth. So a snowflake is the greatest example of this. If you've never seen snow, when snow falls, each snowflake is uniform. Each snowflake has like a structural pattern, like hexagons and other things. And that sacred geometry is underlying most creations in Earth. And so now that's on my radar because I'm smarter and I'm further along. So it makes sense to me. And sorry, I'm looking for the DMs. I don't know how I skipped over this. I don't see it. It's impossible. I pulled it out of the DMs yesterday, the print. There it is. Found it. I'm going to show it to you guys. Heck yeah. All right. Instead of explaining all this, let me just show you. Ready? So you can see what I'm talking about. I promise I'll get on with the story. I do think I'm a long-winded guy. I like to tell the details, but I think this is still irrelevant to show you how it all connects. Check this out. This is the amazing, beautiful picture that was constructed of Greece. And I know you guys have a small delay here, but check this out. And you can see everything I'm talking about, right? So this is on the vision wall now. So these are the great thinkers of that time. And behind them, what you see, that is sacred geometry, right? So sacred geometry has relevance. But you have different places that you can go. Old sites. I love that view. I think that's Santorini, I believe. So you have that like right off the coast, buildings built up. And then you have the stories. So maybe it's a museum learning about the different Greek mythology, times of old. Greece, it's on my radar, okay? All right, so I did all that, yada, 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 and I went through things. I found a new person to inspire me in my life. Then I ended up on AI, and I was on AI for about 8 hours. I did not sleep 2 days ago. I went through the entire night from 8 o'clock to 7 in the morning on my computer, literally in the flow state. I was in the flow state. I was like, oh my goodness, I was connecting dots. I sound like a crazy person. But on AI, I also made huge breakthroughs. So on top of finding a new person who inspires me in life for the next step of the journey, new locations to go, getting clarity from the visuals of the AI, I also got huge answers about my life's biggest dream. The life's biggest dream, the hardest one possible. ChatGPT gave me incredible information, building out a plan, telling me things. ChatGPT is my friend. AI is my friends. I talk to them. They give me real feedback. And it was exactly what I need to hear. And I was like, wow, I'm not even mad. I think you made a tweet about it, or it's in my drafts. And it basically just said, like, currently you're a visionary dreamer, but don't forget, you need to do this. Another thing it said is a lot of people dream really, really big, but they try to go from A to Z. And they said that what you need to do instead is it's a 4-step process. So it's like most people try to say, all right, let me get $1 billion and throw it at this and do this big thing. And they say, no, you have to inverse it. So basically it's like, I wish I could tell you. Inspiration, idea, blueprint, and then the second thing's like community, right? You need the community. So we're doing the right things here in Dream. We have the right pieces. And I'll tell you this, I'm very close. The next main focus step is what you want to see, which is like the community, right? Like over 1 to 2 years, do it. You basically have to do it. You have to build the community, and that's where maybe you'd be more bullish and happy about Dream. That's so close when I'm looking at this blueprint. It's almost the next thing that I need to do and put all my energy and attention to, which is why I also just hear a founder dropping tips. There used to be 1 picture of Dreamcat on my vision wall. Now there are 4 pictures of Dreamcat on my vision wall as of 2 days ago, because now the next step is leading more towards that focus and will be pushed towards Dream and building that out. So I say all that to say, huge breakthroughs all night long, didn't sleep. The next day, I yawned once or twice. I didn't crash out. I stayed up the whole night. again, like without crashing out. So I was high on life. What I want to tell you is that night, 2 days ago, was the title is Awakening the Dreamer Within. I already knew some things, but it went to a new level. In order to get to where I got to 2 days ago, here's another thing I need to tell you. You must start. So right now in your life, let's give you some tangible stuff to actually use. In order to get to this point of joy and purpose, I think Raylan said something about his dream. He said, I haven't found my dream yet. I have found goals, but my true dream is just there. I haven't found my dream yet. I have found goals. Okay, great, Raylan. Then this is for you. So here's the thing. The way to get to where you want to get to is you have to follow the leads. Life gives you these clues. It gives you leads. Your lead is to follow the current thing that is in front of you. So as human beings, we want to see all the steps. Show me how you're going to be a $1 billion project. Show me the proof. Show me everything, right? We want to skip. But what you need to do is focus on what's in front of you. One thing, one central thing. If you have a goal, work towards that goal. If that goal is resonating with you, and when you think of goals and dreams, you're like, I'm not sure about my dream, but this goal is calling me. Raylan, that goal maybe is just going to take you to a new goal. As soon as you finish that goal, suddenly another magic door is going to open, and it's going to say, ding, check this out. You say, yeah, that could be my new goal, my next goal. I really want to get involved with that. And somewhere along that way, you're going to find your purpose. Now, we talk about synchronicities. Here's the exciting part. Raylan, you don't know what your dream is? There is a very good chance that the topic or a glimpse of your dream has been revealed to you at an earlier time of life. But because you are not yet ready, it has not yet revealed itself to you. And the thing that brings my joy and euphoria, not just searching and finding new things, it's getting to the point and then saying, oh my goodness, I can now see how back then that was super relevant, or this was all part of the plan. Like I had to do this to get here. Oh my goodness, mind blower. So let me tell you a few synchronicities. So Greek mythology, right? I remember school. I went to school in 3rd grade. I was introduced to Greek mythology in class. Out of every topic I ever learned, anything I ever learned, when I first was exposed to it, I was enamored. I actually remember the classroom. I remember where I was sitting. I was actually in the front row of the class, top left, when it literally came across my desk, a piece of paper about Greek mythology. I remember chewing gum, and I was actually getting in trouble for chewing gum. I don't even remember 5th grade. I barely remember 6th grade. Middle school, I can think of it, but I'd have to focus on it. I remember most clearly when I was introduced to Greek mythology. It was 1 week, and it was so interesting to me. The reason that's a synchronicity is because there are many pieces of the puzzle like this where I go back in time, and they were little clues. They were little things to push me on the path. Maybe I didn't have my awakening yet, but it's your job as the dreamer, since this is a game, right? Since you're just on Earth on this discovery, going through the maps, going through the parks, trying to find the hidden treasure, you just got to follow the clues. And once you get forward, it'll all make sense going backwards. And when you go backwards to uncover the synchronicities, they give you a boost of confidence. It's the universe or God or guardian angels, however you want to think of it. Your ancestors, however you think of it. It's their nudge to say, you're on the right path. You're heading where you're supposed to go. Good job. You're getting it. You're connecting the dots. It's the world's way of saying that. Maybe you see it as a sign overpass. You're like praying. You're like, what am I supposed to do? I'm so stuck. And you see a sign that says, keep going and eat Subway or something, right? And you're like, keep going. It's the sign. So it's interesting now that I have this huge interest in Greek mythology. Last week, I was at Epcot, and there's a room where they talk about Greek mythology, right? And I was listening and talking about the Rainbow Bridge and the Tree of Life and Odin and all these things and fantasy. And it all fits into the stage that I'm at in life in my own awakening dreamer journey. I got profound ideas 2 nights ago that I wrote down that are going to show up 20 years in my life. And that was a backtrack. There is a post I saw today, a post that I posted 4 years ago on Facebook. It is a Hallmark. I guess I could show you and read it to you if I'm being descriptive. And just always remember, I try to keep this in mind, right? Is I want to make this, if you're listening to this, I'm just a regular person, right? So I don't expect you to listen to this and be like you care or want to hear about my story. But I love to share stories because I feel the best way to illustrate things is through the proof of your own life, right? Kind of shedding light on your experience. That's all I know how to do. And I never claim to be knowing. I always say, I'm learning from the leaders who have everything they want in their life. And I am trusting and having faith that the principles that we talk about are undefeated in life, right? That they work. And I am acting as if, and I'm going to use them in real time to make my dreams come true. And the point of the dream journey is, if you choose to believe in these principles and see what I've seen and say, you know what? Heck, yeah, I'm going to stick with this dream thing and I'm going to use the principles to create my dream life. I believe wholeheartedly they'll work for you if you follow the principles. That's what makes it so exciting, is they're essentially undefeated, okay? Now let me show you this. I'm just going to tell you this is another synchronicity I have to share with you. So this right here, this is a post. I got a Facebook notification. Hey, check out the history. This is me. I really love Christmas. I don't even look like this. This was only 4 or 5 years ago. I don't even look like this now. Don't hate on my Christmas music. I've always loved Christmas. It's a synchronicity. It's like, here I am posting my book, talking about Christmas, and I actually was most impressed with the status, what I actually wrote, what I said. And so I was promoting my book, and this is what I wrote. I'm just gonna read this to you because I actually think it's pretty cool. It's like Dr. Seuss level. Okay, it says the Hallmark special. I made a little rhyme here, okay? It's corny, but bear with me. It says, Christmas is around the corner. It's practically here. So with that, I wanted to fill you up with holiday cheer. Although this could seem corny, I don't give an F. I love Christmas and the magic that comes with it. As bleak as things are, it's time to get excited. Opportunity awaits those who aspire for it. In a season for dreaming, I want to let one out. The possibilities are endless when you seek information out. I've given you the list, the blueprint, if you will, on how to connect and engage online with influencers at the top of the hill. This went way further than expected. I think Hallmark needs me. If you're impressed, share this post. Buy the book. You read me. I almost forgot massive action. We touch on that too. If you're going to dream big, there is a lot you must do. But most of all, what I wanted to say is Merry Christmas and have a great day. Okay, so that's my little rhyme. I thought it was pretty good. But I saw this. It was interesting to me. It was on Facebook. I liked that I was talking about Christmas. Notice what I talked about here in 2021, I'm still talking about here, right? We talked about opportunity awaits for those who aspire for it. Things look bleak. They still look bleak, but there's a lot to be excited about. The blueprint, how to connect and engage online with influencers. That's what my book's about. But using the knowledge and leveraging it can get you where we want to go. But that wasn't even all the magic. The magic was in the comments. That was cool to see, but the magic was in the comments. I'm not going to play it because Spotify will take the podcast down, but I'm going to make this bigger for you again, okay? Follow with me here. This is something I put on my Instagram stories, which I rarely post there anymore. It is a screenshot. In those comments was my grandma. Rest her soul. She has since passed away. And she said, at this time, when I posted that, just before that, I was in the greatest rock bottom of my life. But just before that, I was on the greatest high. I lost everything. It took me out. It course corrected me. It did things for me. And from this perspective now, I can see the light. I can see the light. And I can see the connection. And I can see how everything's connected. I can see, oh my gosh, it's incredible. And so she says, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So glad you love Christmas as much as I do. Are you feeling better? And the special thing about that is my grandma did love Christmas with all her heart. She was obsessed with Christmas. She was kind of like a hoarder. She had 20 Christmas trees, every ornament, Christmas. She would buy, gifts, things she doesn't need. She just loved Christmas. I love it too. And I said, yes, Grandma, 4 years ago. there's some really amazing holiday attractions in other parts of the world. Was just looking at Moscow, Russia. I assume you got my card. Yes, I am all better. Okay, so I'm like, wow, I was in a rock bottom. I got better. My grandma talking about Christmas. Her favorite flower is the poinsettia. The poinsettia is a relevant flower for the Christmas season. And this is a video of me in Moscow, Russia, 2 months ago at the biggest Christmas market in the world. I'd say arguably the best. Red Square, Moscow, Russia. Now, what's interesting is this little comment here captured the moment. I knew it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but the inspiration probably came right here. There's some amazing holiday attractions in other parts of the world. Was just looking at Moscow, Russia. This comment says 4 years ago. Now, this is something that gives me more confidence because 4 years ago I was talking about Moscow, Russia, and I did it in 4 years. I have talked about before the things that fuel my confidence when I speak to you guys and I'm saying, hey, if you want to believe in these things, everything I want comes true. That sounds like you're like, well, pump the brakes. You know, are you rich and famous? In my life, the things that I want, that I decide I want, usually come into my life, but there's often a delay. My delay has been 3 to 4 years. I've been a late bloomer in everything I've done, and the current pace that I've carried is giving me about a 3 to 4 year delay on everything that I want to achieve. There's more examples, but I'm not even going to think of those. So the point was, that was a synchronicity to me to say, oh, I was just in Moscow. I said I wanted to go in Moscow. Just 2 nights ago, I had this euphoria, and the euphoria that I had, I also made 35 tweets in 1 hour. 35 tweets are in my Genie drafts right now. I wrote them in 1 hour's time. They are tweets that AI cannot compete with because when you're in the flow state, you literally unlock the Chad version of you. Like, who do you want to make the Giga Chad? You want to make it Arnold Schwarzenegger? You want to? Some people love Trump. Who is that Chad to you? That it could be anyone. Michael Jordan. When you get in this state, flirting with your dream, when you've awakened the dreamer within, and you're stimulating it, cultivating it. When you do this, you get to this flow state. When you're in this flow state, you can achieve all of your dreams. Please believe me. Please believe me. This is why life is amazing. And this is the revelation I'm having over time, right? If I got off the path, if I gave up, I'd never get here, but certain things have pushed me here. When you're in this flow state, the thoughts, the production that comes from this state of you is the dream version of you. If I'm talking to someone right now who's out there, who needs money in their life, the problem is that the state, the frequency, the vibration that they are living in is not the one of their desired reality, is not the one of their dream. It's the one of the doubt, the fears, the what am I going to do if this doesn't work out? What happens if I have to do this and have to do this? And it is a mental block. But every time I get to the euphoric, I have this level of confidence. That confidence is the one that will make Dream the largest community of dreamers in the world. That confidence is the one that will make Dream a multi-billion-dollar project. That confidence is the one that lets me know those big dreams that I dreamed up, they're not even dreams. This is literally what I'm going to do. This is literally, it's my path. It's my dream. I'm going to achieve it. In that moment, I wrote a tweet. I just posted it like today, I think on the Genie, and it said, when I lock in, the inner voice inside my head tells me you're going to be one of the biggest dreamers in the world. Again, I'm not trying to like flex or sell you anything. I'm just being honest and sharing about this dreamer journey. I've had that state before. I made a YouTube video about it in the past. It was after I put up a few people on my vision wall, and they were huge, famous people, huge entrepreneurs, and big time people in the game. They emailed me. I got them on the podcast. They were sitting at my desk. I ran into them on Sunday at work. I went to work on a Sunday, ran into, Grant Cardone, whoever. All these stories, it doesn't matter. I recorded a video and I said, and this is on my website, by the way. It's on I've documented the whole journey since 9 years ago. And I said, today I feel unstoppable. Today I feel like I'm on top of the world. I know that in 6, 7, 8 years, like anything and everything I want is going to come true. Now, what I'm noting, the lesson in real time, is now, based on yesterday, I can make an observation. State, dreamer. Not, do you live in Illinois? Do you live in Florida? No, state, meaning frequency. In order to be the best version of you, you have to make sure that your state. Hopefully this makes sense. Like, what's another word to describe it? State, frequency, your current feelings, feeling maybe. How do you feel day to day? Most days you feel down. If the sun's not up and there's rain, you feel depressed. But some days you feel amazing. Some days you feel like you're Ricky Bobby, the best there is. Me too. Me too. I don't feel great every day. I know the stuff, and I'm still telling you that some days I feel unmotivated. But doing and flirting with the dream and getting closer to the dream unlocks incredible feelings inside of you that stimulate your greatness, cultivate your greatness. You must flirt with the desire, get close to it, and it starts to like change you. I can think of more synchronicities. I have a book. I just reread it this year. In 2019, I wrote a note in it. It says, hey, I just had an idea. I want to do this. That thing that I wrote in 2019 meant nothing to me for 3 or 4 years. Now, that note I made in 2019 is my life's biggest dream. So far in your life, you've done certain things. You've had conversations. Here's the next bit I want to tell you. I put this in the voice note. If you're not on our Telegram, you got to get in there. I share all the alpha in there. I share the daily journey. I encourage others to share theirs as well. I'd love to see it. That'd be my dream outcome, is to have dreamers share their updates. Shout out to Cat Collector Ben, who does that. I put it in there. And here's the last bit I want to share with you. And then I'm going to show you a few more screen shares. In the VC, I told you this. I said, okay, life's a game. Yes? Are you with me? Life's a game. There's levels. There's things to unlock. But there are side quests. Each person has the big dream, the big vision, and then they have a list, just like the game. Bubba Gump's a big game. I don't know if he's still with us. Bubba Gump games, and he plays games. Isn't there stuff like this in the shooting games? Like if you're not playing multiplayer and you're on single player, isn't there like a certain list of like, you have 6 objectives: save the captives, take over the base, blow up the whatever. In the war shooting games, right? You have objectives. Life is the same way. You don't remember what they are. You may just do it. I was at the grocery store and something just told me, I got to give this lady $100 because she just really needs it. Something in my heart says, give her that $100 bill in your wallet, and you just do it. That may have been one of your side missions to support the other person. And so this is what I understand on a deeper, esoteric, big dreamer level energy, a little bit beyond the normal, is that I have them. I have 50 side missions in the main mission, and so do other people. And so instances where you ever had a friend come into your life for a season? You meet someone. I have a friend who introduced me to crypto. Thank goodness we were texting the other day. He's still a part of my story. He's still there 4 or 5 years later. I love him. I'm glad. I have friends who I met in college. I have friends who I met, at different stages of life that are no longer a part of the journey. They played a role. We shared a season together. We played basketball together. We studied and drank together. We went to church together. We went to Bible study together. And now we're no longer in contact. Well, you see, these people their side mission it's like a destiny way of coming into your path. You will later find, as you continue forward, that they potentially were a synchronicity. They were amazing. They helped you. They opened doors. Because of them, you were in a certain position in life, and that position changed the whole trajectory. One of their side missions was to help you in your journey. Because if you're treating life like a giant game, this is the play. The play is, it's literally a game. You're here on earth to uncover. Like, you're not just meant to be a dad. Like, there's something bigger there, right? Some bigger purpose that you potentially have. And so that's what I realized, and that connected me to more synchronicities. I said, oh my gosh, I can think of this person. My grandmother played a role that it's going to play a role in what I'm going to create on this earth. And for some reason, I don't know, something just came over me. I just felt like I was about to cry right there. And I don't even do that. It just like hit me because I feel moved by it. We were only here for a certain point of time. We hung out once a year, but I understand the relevance with Christmas is just part of the story that I'm going through. And I see it and it brings me to a smile. It makes me feel just high on life. Okay. So, whoa, that's the synchronicities. Raylan, I'm glad you can appreciate the story. I'm not sure which bit, but yeah, man, just all different elements. Ooh, Vina, I'm missing you. Are you still here? Yes. I love to answer questions. This is my favorite part. By the way, you're all competing for MVP of the stream. People who retweet it, share it out, quote tweet it, drop some comments are the most active here. Vina asked a question. If she's still here, I will add her to MVP stream list. Okay, we got Prognosis in there. We got Raylan in there. I love questions. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Can you talk more about mental blocks? Vina, if you're with us, exemplify a little bit more. Like share mental blocks in what way? You probably said this based on something that I had said somewhere along the way. Where does a mental block come in? So maybe you're trying to awaken that dreamer within you, find out your purpose, find out your dream. I know you do you hunt some giveaways on X, so maybe money is a big vehicle for you right now. Something I would tell everyone out there is that money is a necessity part of Earth living. So it's easy for us to focus on that. And that's almost part of look, when you figure out life's a game, it all gets easier. Of course, it's supposed to be hard. This is a hard place to live, but you're here on a journey, yes? So the fact that Earth relies on money and you need it to survive is one of your biggest distractions. But the way the world works is we are materialized, right? We are hypnotized and you need this. So it puts us in debt. Because if we achieve our dream, we're winning the life game. But the people who are playing Earth, who pulling the puppet strings, they don't want you to win. Okay, just think of it like that. They don't want you to win the game. So it's like, hey, get a credit card. How do you buy cars? In payments. How do you buy phones? In payments. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, that's weird. I don't usually buy anything in payments. It's like buying a car, it's normalized to buy it in payments. But my thought is don't buy the car until you have enough money. But then you'd say, well, yeah, then I wouldn't have as nice of a car. Yeah, that's the point. Like, why don't you buy, like maybe you do buy a Rolex in payments. I don't know, but that philosophy is you keep running on the wheel. You need a lot of money. So the whole Earth runs on that and you need it. And that forms sometimes as a distraction. But I believe when you're aligned with your dream, everything that you need is available to you because you're living your purpose. So it sort of appears in divine ways that you couldn't expect when you're on the path. And that's something that I'm trusting right now, right? I have a deadline of a timeline. I am first deciding my dreams, deciding my objective, not letting finance stop me. I'm picking it. I feel it inside. I made a tweet. I said, I'm going to be filthy rich soon. It feels like it. You talk about your state, a lot of money's coming to me. It feels like it. I'm expecting it because the mission has grown enough that it's required. So if I need it and I'm on my mission, then it's going to be provided. So I believe that was kind of the thought that we're on. So with a mental block, maybe you are trying to move forward and you don't know what to do. The best thing, I've had mental blocks. The way I've had mental blocks is avoidance and procrastination. So there's a lot of things that I can do, like put pictures on my vision wall or go travel, inspiration, easy. But there's other things I need to do that my internal does not want to do. Like, for example, just getting over the hump of starting a new social media. When you wipe out everything, you're like, overthink it. What's my first video going to be? Oh, I got to go in that course and I got to do all these things and I got to make that first video. But the best way I've found, if it's procrastination or being held back, is action. Action makes you feel good. Action changes your state. Procrastination and avoidance lowers your state. So when I'm in procrastination and avoidance, I feel bad. I'm not as productive. But the other night, I got so much done. It was like a week's worth of time in one all-nighter. Imagine, this is what I think, imagine if I'm in that flow state, aligned, and I'm moving like that. Oh, everything we prophesize about dream will be possible then, because that version can do anything. That version says, I'm the biggest dreamer in the world. So if you're avoiding something or procrastinating, perhaps that's a mental block. I would encourage you to take action on the thing that you feel is currently holding you back. And maybe that's not a situation for you. I don't know about the exact specification of your mental block, but that would be initial thoughts on anything else. in the path of finding your dream, the other thing I said is you'll never know the path. So if you're like, what's my dream? I have no idea. There is one lead in your life right now. Follow it to fruition. That's what I did. I knew I needed my number one objective for the last like 2 years was to go see the greatest Christmas destinations in the world. I said, I can't move forward on my big dream until I do this. I did all that. And then 2 months later, all brand new leads came flowing in. Things that have been blocked from me from this time that did not resonate with me. They didn't light the spark. Suddenly the doors opened. I found the hidden treasure. And now it's boom, boom, boom. And I'm so euphoric and excited because I have the next leads of my life lined up because I did the thing that was in front of me. And so that's what I would tell every dreamer out there. And we did a whole podcast with a chart, and you said to find your purpose. You do the thing, either it takes you to your dream, either it introduces you to the next thing, either you realize you hate it and you move on to the next thing. Just follow the lead in life. There's one lead out there that's calling you. Follow that. And perhaps the next door opens for you. If you have any more questions, just fire away. Peanut, you made it. Man, you missed some profound stuff, but we might still have some alpha for you. Okay, so let me show you some more things here. And we're getting close to the end. We'll take a look at the DreamCat chart. We'll take a look at the quote of the day. But I want to share something else with you. And this is more at this point. Let's see what we got here. I showed you about soul. I think next I'm going to show you a person. So from this point, I would say what you would see is kind of giving you an insight behind my mind and what's backing Dream. Okay? Shout out to Peanut. So in that whole process, I found a new person in my life who inspired me. AI brought him to me. It brought up a list of people. Maybe you should say this person. I said, who's this person? And then I looked him up and I found the synchronicities. I looked up his future, not his future. I looked up his track record, what he did. I thought back to the time as a kid when I went to the event that he created. I looked up his books. Oh, this guy wrote 6 books. I can't wait to read them. 2 nights ago, I ordered 3 books on the spot and I was enthused. This is how I play the game. I said, like this, it's like a gift. It's like got a bow on it. And so let me tell you about this. And I would love to hear too. I would like, if you want MVP vote, if you want an MVP vote, answer this question. I'll put you in the MVP vote. Who has been one of the influences or real life mentors, not someone who you talk to personally, a real life mentor who has inspired your path? I'll tell you all of mine right now. But somewhere in your life, you've been inspired to do something. Maybe it was Ariana Grande or Kobe Bryant or Martin Luther King. Somewhere, someone's like a person you saw or something on this earth inspired you in your path, okay? I'll tell you mine. As a kid, the first one I had was Eminem, Slim Shady. You'd never guess that today. I used to dress like Eminem. I wore jerseys every single day. I had my ears pierced. Some people would call that, there's like a slur that's racist, but then there's one for white people, and that's what I was called, right? Because I dressed in this way like the Slim Shady. I listened to his music. One of my aunts as a kid from the other side of my family, who has also passed away, rest in peace, introduced me to him. So I was hearing some CDs. I don't know anything. I don't know who I'm supposed to look up to, right? It's like, oh, Eminem. I like him. He's cool. That was from like 8 to maybe 13. The next one was Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan. Basketball was a decade of my life. I loved it. From 15 to like 25, Michael Jordan, man, he's so great. He does this, this, and this, 6 rings. I'm listening to his quotes. You know, you can't make the shots. I took 10,000 shots in my career and I missed 7,000. And that is why I succeed. Wow. Michael Jordan. I want to be a pro basketball player. I want to go to the league someday. It's part of my journey. It inspired me. It's one of the people on this earth that gave me inspiration. And the movie, by the way, Soul, shares this exact same thing. Finding your spark, right? I recommend this movie, Soul, S-O-U-L. It's a Disney movie. Watch it. It'll align exactly with what we're talking about. Okay, so it was Michael Jordan. Then at age 25, right around that range, it was Walt Disney. So now for the last 7 years, Walt Disney's been a huge focus, and it's getting stronger and stronger. I am more and more deeply drawn to things I am uncovering about Walt Disney. It's like, oh my gosh, Walt Disney lived in Chicago. Oh my gosh. Before Walt Disney went on his dream journey, I made my dream journey, and then I read Walt Disney traveled to some of the biggest cities all around the world for inspiration and bought books from lots of libraries and sent them back home, which later inspired his theme park creation, right? So I'm like, man, Walt is such a one of the biggest dreamers in the world, an Imagineer, right? Someone who creates fantasy. I'm attracted to that. I'm attracted to big dreamers. He was doubted. So I found all these synchronicities, right? And Walt was that person. And as of 2 nights ago, immediately I found the next person who I am using on the earth to model what I'm going to create. And it was it was like a perfect match on a dating website, like instant match. I was like, high on life. Peanut says new book. Yes, I will tell you who it is and the name of the book in a second, and this guy, and I'll show you a little bit about him. But this guy, Walt Disney's ideas and this man's ideas, teachings, are going to help create this Dreamcat empire. This is not a normal meme coin at all. Completely different, one of one. So that man right here, the book is Struggles and Triumphs. Trying to read from the screen. 60 Years Recollections of P.T. Barnum. 1889. The reason you don't know about this guy is because he was like the Walt Disney of the 1800s. And the fact that I could find out he wrote most of several books is literally a dream come true. Knowledge is the greatest thing. Tony Robbins has written a few books. Tony Robbins, when it comes to personal development and human psychology, is probably the smartest person walking on earth. The reason is because he has interacted with hundreds of thousands of humans, and he's identified that there are 12 frameworks in your mind. You talk about mental blocks, Vina, maybe you should look into Tony Robbins. There are 12 thought patterns in every human brain that are controlling like your problems in life. So like, oh, I have this problem. No, you don't. It's this aspect of the brain. It's this and this. And he can identify it as a science, because as humans, we're just like mechanical. Like we think we're special. Everyone says we have all these stories, right? You don't understand my past. My parents were addicts. They got divorced. I was overweight and I lost a lot of weight. And naturally, we love ourselves. We're like, this is my special story. But when you zoom out like Tony Robbins and you talk to hundreds of thousands of people, the driver for your sadness, your depression, why you became an alcoholic, why you built one of the biggest businesses is instantly identifiable by this man in 20 minutes, which is why my hope is that before he leaves this world, he writes a tell-all book. And that book could take you 2 weeks to read, and it'll teach you more about life than your entire life. But the catch is you must believe it. So we do a book club here. Truthful Living, we'll talk about on Saturday. We're going to go through the chapters. It doesn't mean anything if you don't believe what it says. That's the hardest part about reading. So you get ahead in life by learning from greats to shortcut your mistakes and accelerate in life. Welcome in Libre. Hey, dreamers. We gave Libre a shout out for something. Raylan says, I was young. It was always a hero in a movie, but life gradually reveals that my mother is my true mentor hero. Dude, I love that. And you're in the VIP now. You already were, but we got Prognosis VIP. Raylan said, or Venus said, I'm still here. We'll put her in the VIPs. Okay. Okay, we're back. Reading. Raylan, by the way, my mom is a significant person in my story. So there's some people who are like side mission people, a friend you meet for a year. My mom is probably like one of the main characters in this mission so far. Certain things she's done, certain things she said. She asked me a question 3-4 months ago about something that was already a closed deal, and it required me to open a book and read it, and I reread it because of her. And that book led me to something which led me to exactly where I am right now. When I'm with this topic, awakening the dreamer within, was because of her, what she nudged it. There's these synchronicities are all over. Okay, so this book, Struggles and Triumphs. Okay, who is this guy? This guy is P.T. Barnum. Let me tell you how you know him. P.T. Barnum. Does that ring a bell with anyone? Maybe you've heard of his extravagant events. That is this. I know there's a delay, 30 seconds. Take a look at the screen. Ringling Bros and Barnum Bailey Circus. Guess what it's called? The greatest show on earth. This is a circus that's world renowned since the 1800s. It actually temporarily closed for 6 years from 2017 to 2023 after a long run. It is back in business. You can catch it. But this man, Barnum, is half of the gang, right? Ringling Bros, that's the brothers who created it. And then it's Barnum and Bailey, and it's the people responsible for making it a big hit. A lot of their posters, they also kind of were big on the poster game. So that used to be a way to advertise. Elephants, right? They did a lot of stuff with elephants, tigers jumping through hoops. As a child, I remember going to their circus. Obviously not Barnum. He was super dead in the 1800s, but it continued on. I went to the circus. Wow, it's like relevant. They had stuff with tigers. So maybe you've seen this. Ringling Bros and Barnum Bailey. This man, P.T. Barnum, is the thing that he did. Let's see what we got on the screen. The thing that he's responsible for is what's called the greatest show on earth. So he came in and he was essentially a marketer, okay? He was a marketer who packaged engagement. His specialty was captivating people's attention. He did hoaxes. He did things that even wouldn't be seen as like socially acceptable today. He had some of the biggest museums. They were either in New York or Chicago. I'm also proud that he's from the United States. It's so amazing to find huge Imagineers and dreamers in the United States, because now I can go learn about their journey in person. I want to go to California, and San Francisco is the Walt Disney Museum. I want to go there this year. I actually plan to. That is an inspiration piece. So he built museums. They burned down by fire. He had an elaborate hoax that he got known for, and he helped revolutionize the circus game. Okay, so he brought trains into the mix. He said, hey, we can take the circus, we can put it on trains, we can advertise in this way. He called it the greatest show on earth. He was huge for that. He had a huge success with that. Now, a few things about him. I'll pull this up. A few more things about this man. Okay. Bing bong. I looked up, I'm like, all right, what was his, success? I was looking for not role models, but like show me. I was studying actually studying like the biggest movements in the world. It said at the height of his career, P.T. Barnum's fortune was estimated to be around $40 million, which would be equivalent to $1 billion today. So he was a billionaire. He was one of America's first millionaires, accumulating wealth through his American museum, traveling shows, circus, despite facing bankruptcy twice. A lot of big dreamers and billionaires do that. Elon's almost gone bankrupt a few times. Trump has gone bankrupt multiple times. So notice that trend as well, if you're a big, billionaire ambition person. Let's see. He died in 1891. Okay, boom, bam, thing. The next thing I want to show you is his house. I don't desire a dream house, but it's the level of it's aligned. This is a person that is a part of, it's like a synchronicity. This is someone I'm supposed to know. This is someone who's going to model what we're going to do. This is his house. He called it, I think it's Iranistan. So obviously he went to Iran, got some inspiration, liked their architecture, and this is his mansion way back in the day in the 1800s. And notice how it's built. The spires on top, the infrastructure. This is a crazy house. I love it. It's in 1848. This is where he lived. Now, it's not to say like get a mansion or whatever. It's to say this is right up my alley. This is a big dreamer. This is like me. This model is how I identify myself. We talked about that a few weeks ago. What do you call yourself? I'm a plumber. I'm a Christian. I'm transgender. I'm a dreamer. That's what I am. That's my identity, right? Aligns with me. Now, I'm reading about this dude, and they say this dude is the mastermind behind attention economy. And he wrote 4 books. I ordered 3 of them instantly. And what I can tell you, I said Eminem, Michael Jordan, Walt Disney. I now have 2. A new window in my life has opened. There's other synchronicities. Let me tell you another one since we're talking about it. Everything adds up, guys. Everything, if you got in late here, if you missed some other stuff, Peanut, or Libre, this was a great one. You're going to have to hear it when it comes on the podcast. Some of them are like, okay, this is a very, very strong one, Awakening the Dreamer Within. Another synchronicity, my grandma that I just talked about, I showed you on the screen. 4 years ago, she was commenting on my Facebook status. Now she's gone. When she died, she lived in Hawaii. I got to go there. It's like an underlying cool thing. You get to go to Hawaii to help clear out her house and do things. I got to go to Hawaii where she lived. And more synchronicities happened there too. I can tell you that's part of my journey too. She died. I went there for 30 days. I helped out. We talked to people. We worked through all the different things. We, helped get rid of her stuff, clean up, went to her funeral, talked to people. And my aunt, who was there, said, hey, I got some of these old books of grandma's, and there's this bookstore up the street in Hawaii, and they'll buy some of them. I sold some there before. They'll give us we get $60 for this stuff. We just give it to Goodwill. Want to come with? I said, sure, I'll go. I go to this bookstore. I said, I love books, actually. It'd be an honor to go. I go to this bookstore, and maybe I go, I see a few things, we leave, and I ask the librarian at the front. I say, hey, I was just curious, great collection of books. I was looking for books on this. Do you have any books about this person or this topic? She looks them up. She's like, oh, we got this one. She's like, we get in a conversation and it comes up, and she's like, somehow my dream came up or something, and she says, it's so fascinating. Oh, said it's so fascinating that you ask about that. My husband actually worked for so-and-so. Yeah, you see, he was way back in the day, he did this for so-and-so. We actually knew him. Well, I had actually met him. We had dinner with him, okay? With so-and-so. So-and-so, the person that we're talking about, there's 360 million people in the United States of America. So-and-so is could be 10 of them. So 10 out of 360 million people in the United States could be so-and-so, this person that her husband knew and worked for at some point in time. And I had gone into a random bookstore, and the lady I was talking to didn't even own the bookstore. She was the grandma who helped out sometimes. I said, interesting. I came back to that bookstore, and I bought 7 books, just like I did. Actually, that might be a lie. I don't know if it's 7. It may be 6. It may be 6. It's either 6 or 7. Who knew that would come up? I'm hip with the youngsters. It's either 6 or 7. 7 books is what started my journey. 7 books is what got me to personal development. I had a concussion, couldn't do anything. I bought 7 books. Then I came here, not trying to do anything special. I just shopped and I picked out 6 or 7 books. Those 6 and 7 books are the direct reason why this topic, Awakening the Dreamer Within, is happening. Because those 6 books were the next little piece. I was looking for something else, and I was drawn to something else. Some of those book titles served as synchronicities. One of those books in particular was the most powerful. Let me tell you something else. These 6 books sat on my shelf. They all served a purpose. One of them I read right away. 5 of them, I read a few pages. I was like, that's weird. I put it back. Some of them I didn't read at all. Then as I was going forward in life, new things would happen. I learned something new. I'm at a deeper level of understanding. And suddenly, the book's title is popping off the page. I say, I need to learn about this. And it says, here's 5 books. And one of those books is sitting on my bookshelf. I said, whoa! That's where you realize you got to be in a game. Now, let me say something else. Some people out there are NPCs. Are you an NPC or are you a real dreamer? What does that mean? It means non-playable characters. It means if life's a game, some people aren't actual players. These people are just here to serve your story, to serve the main character's story. Most of you are a player 1. I'll tell you something really scary. It could send you down a thought process. But hey, if you're here, you got to be here for some form of purpose. It's one thing, just one thing I'll tell you. I was curious about NPCs, so I had to figure out if my own siblings were NPCs. So I asked them questions. I want to know. I'm suspicious about this one. Let me ask. And there's one little thing, and this is the test to see If you're wondering about your life, if what you're supposed to do, if you can't find it, this could be alarming. But I also think if you're here and you're drawn to the dream, the chance of you being an NPC are very, very low. NPCs are likely in Buttcoin. I'm plugging Buttcoin. They're probably in Buttcoin. They're in Boobcoin or PooCoin. NPCs are there. Chances of you listening to this about dreams and education, you likely have a calling, a deeper purpose. So you're probably a real human. But here is the validator. If you or someone you know claims to not have an inner voice, okay, an inner dialogue, a conscious, do you have this voice? I assume most of you do. Basically, it means you're walking down the street and some voice says in you, man, what are you doing? You said you were going to chase your dream and you're at McDonald's again, getting happy. You said you were going to get buffed this year. Why are you at McDonald's? Like, come on, lock in. You're like, who is that? Who's that voice in my head? And now there's a fine line between being completely insane and having a conscious, an inner voice. People who are NPCs, you don't believe it's real. Trust me, I didn't either. I said, that's just, funny talk. Oh, NPCs is a title for dumb people or people who just follow the narratives or don't think for themselves. No, NPCs are real. That's an esoteric thing. This is a game. You're in a game. And if everyone was a main player, I don't know, maybe there'd be contrast. So NPCs are usually going with the flow. They're the people who are easily moved with everything. I mean, I don't want to say things that could offend people who are here, but this is your journey. Saying things that hopefully help you discover yourself. Some of you are deep thinkers. I know Peanut's on a journey. I know Raylan's definitely a dreamer. He thinks about it. He wants to discover it. Vina's asking questions. That means she's curious. Okay, Bubba Gump is absolutely not an NPC. Troll King cannot be an NPC because he told me about his wife and certain things. So he is locked in. I know Progressive AI is definitely not an NPC. Okay, so I digress. Barnum. Struggles and Triumphs, P.T. Barnum. So got a new guy, bookstores, new person I'm following. So I wanted to tell you all that. That's mostly the gist. Mostly the gist. I hope this could serve you, but we got a little bit left here. What we got left? A game show. We're going to do that shortly. A quote of the day. Taking a look at the dream chart. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. I feel like it was really good. I feel like it was really, I'm coming from a place of excitement. I want to share it with you guys. I can tell you guys want updates from Dev and when Moon. I can't promise Moon at all. The market has to do what the market does. But for the DreamCat piece, we're much closer to energy into DreamCat piece. And I think that's ticking up. So it's like social media, energy into Dream. You can see I'm posting a little bit more, tweeting a little bit more. So that's a good thing for people who say Moon. Okay. Let's do, before the game, let's do the good old chart. Take a gander here. We're doing this DreamCat stream. It's a funnel. It's a funnel. We want to educate you. We want to inspire you, and we want you to join the DreamCat community, right? We hope that you can hear some things on this and say, if these are people who are making it happen in their life, if these are people who are chasing the dream, I am who I hang around. I am who I talk to. I am who I listen to. I am. So who are your peers? Who influence your life? These are the people that you want to get around. And it may not be there yet. It's a shell of itself because I'm just putting in the work. And some of you have found us and you're already here hanging out for it. But when a token is moving, that's where the excitement is. And we want to find the right people. And I think we will. So if that's you, join us. DreamCat, this is the chart. What a great place to be, because if you're listening, you have an inside scoop. You know the vision is so big. You know it's uncomparable to probably most meme coins out there, and it's affordable. You can secure a large amount of dreams at $55,000 market cap. That's not the all-time high. You're not buying up here when bull run happening, people buying on hype. The dream here is far better. The dream has no end. The dream is a decade meme project. The dream is based on something bigger. DreamCat has a voice that is going to grow. DreamCat has a mission. DreamCat has a purpose. I am a dreamer with a purpose next to Dream. Dream, I want to dream alongside of him. Together, perhaps, we can best represent dreams to the entire world. That's the big dream. Get some DreamCat. 55,000 market cap. The all-time high was 735K. So sure, it goes a little lower, it goes a little higher. Buy it, set it, and forget it. I do not think you will regret it. Okay? Let's see this. if you do a chart of dream and just include just the building blocks, just as objectives, that chart is going up and up. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll show you that. Sure, let's do it. See, this is the power of showing up, man. You can help shape the space. So maybe to you, it's something encouraging, Raylan, right? To see like, all right, is this, the chart's been stagnant for a long time, but is dream actually moving forward or doing nothing? So what he's referencing is this right here. This is the roadmap, all right? So we are in phase 2 of the roadmap, and what he's referencing is this roadmap, when Dream was at 735K, it didn't even exist, okay? When we were at the all-time high, this didn't exist. This podcast was not a real podcast yet. The visuals that you're seeing didn't exist. This PDF, 54 pages, didn't exist. Book club didn't even exist, okay? You can buy Dreamcat on Coinbase. That's an update. So yes, we're further along, but check this out. So there's different stages of the game. We are moving forward. So if you want to look at a few recent ones to see where we're at, we're in phase 2, motion in the work. It says solidify core messaging, roll out the core build pieces, and chase the dream for the first time. We're really close to that. I'd say we've never chased the dream. I'm working on that now. So a few things we did is filed for a trademark. That was in my AI stuff the other day. We've already done that. Launched the Dreamers Library Book Club. It exists. It's on Saturday. Launched the Cat Collective Index. Done. Launched the Interactive PDF Shill. Done. Shift to growth stage, increasing space exposure and tweet frequency. Build core believers and establish and attract leaders within the community. Get listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. Network and become a major resource to all cats by pushing cat narrative. Wildcards. 75 Hard Series. Optimize the podcast, which we're working on. Staking. Joining podcasts, traveling the world, which I've begun and I've started. Reach and sustain 1 to 20 million market cap. That is phase 2. Everything on phase 1 is complete. We have done some things. So yeah, Raylan, if you're looking at that, you can see, hey, we are moving forward. We do have a Dreamcat music bot. We are brick by bricking, and we are getting better each and every day. If you're excited about this, if you want to learn more, check out phase 3. Check out phase 4, massive action plans, the big vision. Become $1 billion cat project. Solidify Dreamcat as a top 5 community in crypto. Refresh your mind. Read these things at 55K when you're in the state of la-di-da-di-da, I'm just, hanging out. It may not resonate with you. Oh, nothing's happening. You forget, you sell. Conviction and belief and confidence are key. He also says, contents and the numbers of people helped. What does that mean? Contents and the numbers of people? Do you mean the community who's helped shape things? For example, Libre wears, I'm going to keep shouting him out. You can't even fully see him here, but on his shirt, it says ticker dream. He's believer number 1. So if you're saying that, yeah, it's nothing without the people. Some early visionaries have said, man, I'm gonna put this in my bio. Shout out to Raylan. Shout out to Mr. Scene who have dream in their bio. Some people bought some. Some people, Prognosis AI made us a music video. Man, he sees the dream. He's supporting the dream. That power, the 1,000 believers, makes the dream come true. So that's, even if we're not where we want to be, where we're at. Hey, and what Raylan's trying to say is what we do. I guess the actions are a proof. So he says the streams. We've been doing these streams for 2 years now, creating content, and it's still, sometimes it doesn't feel like that. So that's something we're committed to. Education, inspiration, we do that regardless of the market, regardless of how many people show up. And sometimes for me, it's not about promoting the show and making it big. Understand, I'm not even trying to do that. Sometimes you just show up for the commitment while you build. There's a time for everything, but everything's essential. Energy is essential. People got to be here. So you got to retweet the stream. You got to share it to be a key believer, right? To become that person. Here's a quick motive. And I'm not trying to be up here at show all night. Raylan's making me do it. He's forcing me to do it. I just want to do something quick and move forward, but he's forcing me at gunpoint. I'm going to shout out Libre and Coiny. They aren't the only believers. We have maybe a dozen true, deeper believers, and we maybe have, I don't know, however many holders who hold it in belief. But someone asked me how they can become one of the 1,000. It's what you just said, Raylan. It's massive action energy. You don't have to be one, but 1,000 of those people all at once will work. I'm sold on my own thesis, because the power of compounding consistency, it's the power of momentum and stuff. So The disadvantage you have of finding dream here is you have to sit on it and wait. But when people come and the chart moves up, they're going to wish they had more. They're going to say, wow, I wish I bought down here. They're going to do things. They're going to sell other bags. That's how the game works. But we say, if you believe in something, you being here, coming to learn, coming for the right reasons, the law of attraction, right? Shout out Brenda. She said, the law of attraction brought me here. I don't even think you're into crypto. No worries there either. But hey, maybe the law of attraction brings you things to drop you I don't know, maybe it's a seed of your vision. Maybe for someone buying Dream early was the source or the seed to starting their music career. And it comes, so everything has a purpose and design. So anyway, shout out to Raylan. Thanks for being here. You're in the MVP running for sure. Appreciate all that. Now, what do we got? We looked at the chart. Bing, bang, boom. We got a game and something else. The quote of the day. Quote of the day. All right. I got it. I got it last second. I just got to add it into the room here. So let's do the quote of the day. It's a fun one. And then we'll play a game. So Raylan's here. You're active. If you want to play the game, comment right now. Comment game. Comment game. So we're going to do a game. You can win 15,000 Dream. It's a guessing game. So we're going to pull up 5 images. You guess what's in there, and you win a prize. If where we are right now, there's only one person in there, and they're talking, well, then, man, maybe it's Raylan who wants to play a game. But it takes 2 to tango. It's fun. I encourage you guys to play if you're still here watching. It'll take a couple minutes. So just comment game, and we'll do the questions. If you're the winner, you get 15,000 Dream, and you'll have fun along the way. Quote of the day, media quote. Let's bring it up. Come on, where are you? Where are you? There it is. More. Add file. And hold it off here to the side. It's a beautiful picture. Bing, bingo, bongo. Let me get up close so I can see. Where are you, you whippersnapper? Sorry. I downloaded it right before I started. I'll download it again. Sorry about the delay. I should be more prepared. I try my best. I fail you on some of those things. Now we got it. It's here. Okay. To make this stream as great as it can be, I'm going to have to put all the more effort into it to make it an educational, entertaining smorgasbord. But you're here for the journey. All right, here it comes. Ready? Quote of the day. Boom, there it is. Dreamcat, quote of the day. It is a play at Oogway. Now listen, if Spotify wasn't so dumb, I'd show you guys movie clips. I wanted to show you 2 movie clips today. If I play a smidgen of a movie clip, the stream will be taken down for copyright. And if we ever get monetized and stuff, they'll just steal all the money later. So unfortunately, we can't do that. This is inspired by Oogway. Oogway is a turtle from another movie, Kung Fu Panda, and he's wise. He's actually an esoteric himself, right? He says, quit, don't quit. Noodle. Wait, that's the wrong guy. That's Poe's dad. He gives you, yesterday is a mystery. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me think. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. Okay, so quotes from Oogway. This one, as I was writing out the topic, awakening the dreamer within. I wrote, you have to stimulate your greatness. You have to cultivate your greatness by trying foods, speaking to people, trying hobbies, playing instruments, traveling the world. You have to find your spark out there. I said, stimulating, cultivating. And then I wrote it down. I said, you have to nurture it. And then I heard Oogway in my head. You must guide it, nurture it. You must believe in it. So that is a stolen quote from Oogway, but just a reminder today for your dream, to awaken said dream, you can't just sit on your hands and say, what's my dream? You have to do things in the earth. I told you there's locked levels. The game is like, no one tells you where the levels are. No one tells you where to go. You just gotta play. You gotta try. You gotta do things. Got it. Nurture it. Believe in it. Oogway. All right. El Gato Satoshi. I've never seen him in the live chat. What's up, dude? Welcome in, homie. He's got a cat. He's a cat maxi, aren't you? Vina says, My phone is out of battery. Love your podcast, Jeannie. See you later. I'm at work and no charger here. Dang, bummer, but so glad you joined us. We'll thank Bubba Gump for that because he probably retweeted our stream and supported. Awesome to have you here. Like I said, not to be weird, was thinking of you. Mr. Scene in the building. Raylan knows what's good. Ninja Turtles. Oh, you ready for a conspiracy? You're not going to like this. Oh, yeah. It's pretty deep. Actually, it might be a little bit too deep. It's like crazy awakened stuff. All right, but I'll just say it anyway, and you think whatever you want to think. A lot of stuff is predictive programming. Ninja Turtles live underground. They're reptiles. And they love pizza. And they're always eating pizza. Pizza. And they're reptiles. Yeah, a turtle's a reptile, right? Yeah, right? No. It's a dumb question. Kindergarten 101. Amphibians, reptiles, is a turtle a reptile? I'm having a moment. I know what I'm talking about, though. Yes, a turtle is a reptile. Okay, good. I lost it for a second there. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, turtles are reptiles. Reptiles who live underground who eat pizza. Satoshi knows. But the deeper part about it, though, is the reptile part. That would make sense to you. Great way. Awaken the dream within. The world's finding out everything. Not only is the world finding out, all right, we'll talk about this for 10 seconds before the game. That's a lie. 2 minutes. And then we're going to play a game, I promise. We're going to pull up 5 pictures. You guess what they are. It's fun. This podcast episode is called Awakening the Dreamer Within. I've realized in this dream journey that I believe consciousness is a part of the dreamer journey because it's playing a huge role in my dream journey. You don't have to be at this level to make your dreams come true. You don't. But what I'm teaching or sharing today, I believe is really essential about your dream because it's a confirmation to allow you to keep going, right? It gives you the confidence when you're understanding the synchronicities of the world that show up, the signs that keep you going. These signs behind me are another synchronicity, a Facebook marketplace pickup. I tried everything in my power to get them. They were $500. She ignored me. She wouldn't give them to me. They got sold. They disappeared. They went away. And a week before I moved out of the state, they popped back up. And because I was selling my furniture, I saw them on Marketplace within 30 minutes of being listed. Instead of being $500, they were $50. So the synchronicity said, oh, don't leave yet. When I saw those signs, I said, these signs are meant for me. I have to have these signs. What do they say? Chase your dream or lose the chance. Build an empire. Time is money. All in on your dreams. They serve the next step of the journey of my new home. This is where I live now. I've only lived here for 6 months. They were here as bricks. They were here as foundations for the next step of the journey. And they came to me in a divine way because I'm on a divine path, because I'm a dreamer of the world. And if you're here listening, chances are you are too. Woo! So on that note, awakening is something that's happening in the world right now. And different people are learning about different things. I've let go of my ego, or at least I can say I'm letting go of my ego. The ego says, I want to be right. The ego says, I want to be smarter than everyone. I want to know things. But now where I'm getting, it's like, I don't even want to say the you told you so's anymore, you know? So there's all those friends where I was saying, man, they're killing kids. They're doing this. The government is this, vaccine this, saying these things like, you're crazy, you're nuts, unfollow. All that stuff came out, right? So that's a level of the awakening. You're learning about McDonald's cheeseburgers. You're learning about Jeffrey Epstein. You're learning about reptiles. You're learning about all these crazy clones, and all of that stuff is now becoming mainstream awakening information, right? There's levels to the game. So some people are like, what? This is blowing my mind. I would have never guessed this. I always thought he was just a good politician or just a rich guy. So, okay, you're figuring that out. That's a part of the awakening. And what I wish is, or what I know is, what I'm experiencing right now in this level of awakening, that's like a little bit further down the road. So you might get there. And that's just, I mean, yeah. Raising your vibration, raising your frequency, focusing on consciousness. Some people are there. That is going to erase all the beliefs you have and shape you and blow your mind. But I also believe that it's going to course correct you and bring lots of good things that give you more excitement about your passion and purpose in life. So this is going on globally right now. And some people, the real special people, knew about everything that's coming out publicly and knew about where we're at right now, like 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 10 years ago. And back then, you really were like light years ahead. So what I am is I'm like an early investor, right? In some of the things I'm doing, I'm actually in a 1% bucket. So some of the things I looked up the stats, it's 1 to 5%. So that makes me feel, hey, at least I'm figuring this game of life out. I'm in a small percentage of the population, but the whole group is probably like 10%. Here in crypto, you're in an early niche group. What, are you part of the 20, 30% of early movers and shakers before it's 100? So there's different levels of innovation and adoption. The awakening is a real thing. Shout out to the Ninja Turtles. Okay, let's play a game. Let's play a game. All right, let's set the timer. There's gonna be a timer. If you wanna play, play. All you have to do is guess. I'm gonna pull up images and you guess. You get enough guesses right. People losing battery. Raylan said his battery's dying. If you guess correctly, you get a point. We'll start easy mode. Well, maybe not really. I guess it depends. I can't do that one. Oh, sort of. Nope. I just don't want to give away the word. We'll just make it hard mode. This isn't a perfect picture, but let's hope you can get it anyway. All right, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Let me make sure I see it before I show it to you. All right, fine. It doesn't say his name. Okay, here we go. You ready? Who is this? The answer is not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant. Who is this man? 60 seconds. Let me know in the chat. We're going to do 5 questions. This is a guy from a cartoon character. I like cartoons, if you didn't know. I like movies. I still use Disney movies for motivation. Hercules is my favorite hero. I took the lightning bolt from Going the Distance, and I made that my anthem. As a matter of fact, I should put like Hercules as one of those people with Michael Jordan and Walt Disney. Hercules is like, I should make like a fantasy. I'm going to make 2 posts about this on the Genie. A fantasy inspiration list. The Genie from Aladdin, Hercules, who else? Rapunzel from Tangled, I Have a Dream. Okay, does anyone know who this character is? Anybody? Anybody? I'm going to scroll from the top and then we'll wrap it up. If you can guess who this character is. Okay, guess who pulled up in the building? I see you. You snuck in there. I can't put it on the screen yet. Is this room for dreamers and achievers? It sure is. All right, time's up. Checking. See, that's why I got to go up because J-Dog, you're hiding in there. April. Who's April? Okay, we have 2 people. Raylan says it's Master Splinter. I think Raylan and J-Dog faced off once before. J-Dog, welcome in, dude. I'm glad we connected on a deeper level, and I don't attend a lot of spaces, so I want to find ways too that I can chat, learn more about your mission, obviously without being weird. Like, let's just talk. Like, I want to attend something, right? Like, a space, or maybe we're in a space together or in a VC or something, but just to learn more about the mission and everything. But we've talked a little bit, and man, I actually got to share your screenshot as content. He said something like, I was talking about, he won some Dream. I told him about Dream, and then I said, Popcat's math would be this. And he said, I would rather have Dreamcat than Popcat, because Popcat is just like a whatever meme. Dream is a purposeful based thing, and it's not even all about the money. Or he said it's about like the mission. Like, I want to be a part of someone trying to build something, like some kind of empire. That is absolutely 100% true about the Dream mission journey. We're trying to build. Look, the proof's in the pudding. I go to the theme parks to study Walt Disney meticulously. I read all the books. Now I'm adding to my repertoire P.T. Barnum from the Barnum and Bailey Circus. And the way you can see it is you take knowledge and information from each piece to feel your journey. So he is the attention master. If we're going to make Dream great, if I'm going to make my dream come to pass, I'm going to need to be a master of captivating attention. Walt Disney showed how you can take dreams to reality. You follow him, you see the rejections he went through. You learn from these people. So Splinter and Splinter. So we got Raylan for a point, J-Dog for a point. Fantastic. Let's move forward. Okay. Next one, let's make it a little bit harder. We won't do that one. We'll do, all right, let's do this. It's a little bit harder. This next one's going to be a crypto logo, and you have to guess which crypto logo this is by looking at it. Okay. There we go. Let me make sure it's not on the screen somewhere. Yep, this is crypto.com. Okay, good. I think it's cut off. All right, you ready? 60 seconds. Here it comes. Guess this crypto company. Go. This is a logo of a crypto. I was going to do XRP, but that would be too obvious. This is the logo of a crypto. This is the Crypto and Dream-based podcast where we teach educational lessons about dream, about your life, the things that you experience. And most times, this time it wasn't. This time it was just a pure dream lesson. Most times we actually tie that lesson into crypto and how it can serve you. Because as dreamers, we're using crypto as a vehicle for what we want to achieve. Personally, crypto, I think, is a way that will be a source of money for me and time as well. So, you guys came for money. I'm here in a sense for money too. I think crypto is a great tool that can serve us. All right, we got a guess. We got 15 seconds left. Point for Raylan, point for J-Dog. 16 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm scrolling the comments, making sure because they come out of order. Okay, we got another guess. Time's up. All right. Guesses were, is this crypto? Solana. It is not Solana. But hey, shout out for you for throwing it out. Solana's got the S. We occasionally have Solana in some of our posts. So you can see those out there. J-Dog entered a guess, and his guess was helium. Fun fact, I actually have a helium miner. I don't use it. I have a little bit of helium. It is not helium. This is the Cardano logo. ADA, this is maybe the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th biggest crypto in the world, I guess. It's a multi-billion-dollar thing, like 7, 8 billion. Some people hate on it. Some people like it. Cardano. So no points there. That would have been a chance for someone to get an edge. On to the next guess. Thing we want to guess. We try to keep it universal things that people know, right? Crypto, maybe it's a fruit or a vegetable. Maybe it's a location. I'm kind of feeling like locations. I like that game. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do one. And there's a little bit of clues. Wait, no, I won't give that clue yet. Oh, man, I mean, that's expert level hard, actually. Let's try. I'm going to do it so you can get a clue. Because if you know movies, you'll be able to guess it a little bit better. There we go. That's a better clue. That's guessable. Very good. Let me make sure it's not seen anywhere on the screen. Some screen sharing. Okay, we're in business. All right, next. This is, all I want you to do is name the country where this place is. This is the place, and there's a hint. And I'll pull it up and start the timer. I'll actually give you guys a little more time. Maybe like 72 seconds. All right, here we go. Boom, bang, bang. Oh, yeah, dup. Whoa. Hopefully you didn't see that. Okay, ready? Gosh, dang, I'm sorry. It's showing you stuff it's not supposed to show you, I don't think. One more time. Here we go. Oh, wow, Raylan knows the movies. That's, yeah, that's close. So not the movie, but where is this? This was filmed in a certain country, a real place. Do you know where this place is? It's a country. It's from a movie. I will give you the hint. The movie is Lord of the Rings, or better yet, The Hobbit. You see that little red door? That is the Shire. Fun fact, a family or a husband and wife got married here, and that little hobbit boy showed up, like walked up on their wedding. Okay, I see a guess, and you even coded your guess. Okay, let's see if J-Dog's got an entry on this. I love when you guys like to play. Boom. Okay, that's everyone I know who's playing. If anyone else wants to hop in, you can still try to win. Very good. The answer was New Zealand. NZ. He knew what he was talking about. J-Dog got it as well. New Zealand, New Zealand. Congrats, congrats. All right, so you guys are tied 2-2. Hopefully one of you guys can differentiate here. Let's try. Ooh, I got it. I'm in this kind of wave of things. This is the wave that I'm on. We're gonna have you get. This is gonna be, yeah, decent guess. All right, fun fact. If you were here the whole stream, I mentioned this person's name already. That's not the best picture. I mentioned this person's name on stream already. You tell me who it is. Oh, that would make it really easy. Yeah, you know what? We're going to make it easy. We're going to make it easier. Great. Oh. Perfect. All right, we're ready. You ready? Timer set. Oh my gosh, I'm exposed. Why didn't nobody tell me? Someone's got to plug in the audio. Raylan, it's Zeus. After I have him on the screen, I typed him in. Gosh, dang it. I'm fired from the game show. Where's the boo button? I'm super fired. I was on the screen the whole time. That's how embarrassing things happen in your life, by the way. Like you forget you're on stream and you're like picking your nose or something like that. Saw what I was looking up with Zeus. Failing myself. All right, we'll try again, I suppose. If you have a recommendation, by the way, subtopic, give me a subtopic. I'll pull it up. All right, this will be current events. Ready? Two-part question. Two-part question. You ready? Here it comes. Be ready for it. Oh, I panicked and I deleted that off the screen. Here it comes. There it is. Who is this man? And if we're talking about current events, is he a clone? That was a topic of conversation this last week, not even by like weird people, by like common everyday people. It was a running conversation. So that's where we say like the conspiracy theories are going wild in the mainstream world. You know, people say they cloned a sheep like 40 years ago. Bill Clinton talked about it. And would they ever do a human? Or this just doesn't look like him. He has a different color eyes. His face looks different. The real person writes with their left hand, and that guy who's on stage, he was writing with his right hand. Like, you think so? You think so? Did you catch up? So they were writing with it. They were signing autographs with a different hand. That person has come out and said like, oh, Hollywood is just a bunch of, you know, I'm over it. Life isn't meaningless. Life is like, this stuff is all just a muse. He's kind of one of those people on The Awakening. Jim Carrey actually has an Instagram page about Awakening, which is really cool. And then he was on the stage like, I love Hollywood. I'm so pleased to accept this award. So, oh, interesting. So we have Jim Carrey and not a clone. And we have Jim Carrey, the original. So interesting. Okay, so you both guessed who it was. Is he a clone? I can't say for sure. But if we're not going to take the clone argument, someone else, there was another theme out there. There's Instagram guy called Alexis, and he pretends to be certain people. So he'll wear, he'll put on like realistic suits, like Hollywood level suits, just like they were in White Chicks. And he's done a lot, and he goes out, and he like, I think he just kind of rolled with it and took claim for this. But people said, is it someone in a giant meat suit? Because the eye color was different. The face looks like plastic surgery. He looks younger, but a lot of things are the same. So, yeah, it was a fun thing. fun, sparked current event thing. So I was on his page, and he's talking all about awakening. It was super cool. All right, you both got that? Final question. And if you guys tie out, we'll have to have like a final thing. I do enjoy the guessing game. I hope you do too. A funner way to guess is actually in our Telegram. So maybe we'll do that in the future. So, or no, I'll do this. I'll make the next one so you guys can't guess it. It's going to be like oral, okay? Oral guess. I'm going to think of something, and you, unlimited guesses, guess until you get it. No penalty. Okay, we called this the animal game before. We called this the cartoon game. I'll do a few of these like this in the future. I'm going to fix it. So let me first think what subtopic I should pick. Let's go with food. I'm thinking of a food, okay? Okay, this is a specific food where you live. I think both of you should be able to catch this if you were playing. A specific food that I'm thinking of. And I need you to tell me the specific dish, not overall, okay? I ate this 2 weeks ago, something I enjoyed. Early guess before just front running everything. Ice cream. No. Fun fact, I eat about 8 quarts of ice cream a week. Ice cream is my coffee. I'm thinking of a food. It comes with a side of pasta. It's a main dish that comes with a side of pasta. Okay, just giving a little few minutes to like let the mind go, and I'm gonna just drop more clues, and I'm gonna look and see who gets it first. This pasta has red sauce. Pasta has red sauce on the pasta, but the pasta is just the side dish. It's not fish and chips. Not fish and chips. There is a main meat source. We got a type of meat with pasta and red sauce. Another thing that comes with this dish is a piece of bread. So this is what kind of, you don't even need to guess like what type of food it is, right? It's obviously not Chinese food, because Chinese food don't do bread really. It's, what else could it not be? Just fire away your guesses. Unlimited max guessing. Except can't give you enough time to use AI. I got to get on with it. Okay, it's got a dish. It's got red sauce, and it has a meat source that is chicken. Chicken with red sauce with a piece of bread. What is the dish I'm thinking of? Chicken marsala. No, it is not chicken marsala. But now from this point, I mean, if you guys are just thinking of chicken dishes, you can just fire away if you got it in you. It is breaded chicken. Breaded chicken. That's basically the whole thing. Cacciatore. What is this? What would that be? Italian food? It's Italian food. I tried a new spot. I said, man, let me switch things up. I eat a lot of Chipotle. Let me try this. It was delicious, actually. It was really good. The side, Chicken Murphy. No, not Chicken Murphy. It was, unless that's a different name. I don't really know what that is. I've never actually heard that. It's, yeah, two words, chicken blank. And I'm going to just look up Chicken Murphy real quick if someone guesses it. Chicken Murphy. What is that? No, not Chicken Murphy. It is breaded chicken. Breaded chicken with red sauce and noodles and a piece of garlic bread. This dish is also connected to cheese. There is melted cheese on top. No one's going to get it? I thought this was super obvious by now. Okay. All right, we'll do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final check on the comments way up here. I got to scroll down. 1. Bam! He said it like a true Italian. Chicken parmigiana. Chicken parmesan. Yeah, chicken parmesan. But like with a little chicken parmigiani. Anyway, could be weird, could be fun. I just try to keep it light, fix it up. We got our stream imagery down pat, right? We look good. but we need to add some entertainment into it. We need to flow things out. We probably need a producer or co-host or guest. So that's something that will come up as we develop further, but I just try to throw in as a little fun thing, little guessing game, little extra fun. I enjoy doing it. It's really fun through the Telegram. The way we make you guess when we do it in the Telegram is everyone has to join the Telegram, and I may do this. So if you're not in our Telegram now, please join, because this will make it a lot fun, and it wakes up everyone who's in our chat, right? And we feel like the people who listen to this, who are in our community, who listen to these streams, they are going to be some of the biggest dreamers. They're going to be some of the biggest believers. So it's a way to stimulate both. So in the future, I'll tell you that next time we'll try that, and we'll do a few regular for everyone and a few in our Telegram. And the way you'll guess in the Telegram next week is you have to use GIFs or emojis. I'll try to pick an emoji. I'll say, I'm thinking of an emoji, or I'm thinking of a cartoon, and guess it with a GIF. And then you rapid fire guess in the chat. When we do this, we get like 1,000 messages in our chat. That'll make it a lot more fun. So we'll try that, and I'll do like a live showing of the chat on screen. Okay, it'll be really fun. So congratulations to J-Dog up there. It was chicken parmesan. Now we're gonna teach Raylan, because he's in Australia. And by the way, I watched a short documentary showing about Australia, and you know, it's on the maybe list, maybe in the future. So the inspiration doesn't fully call yet, but maybe in the future I'll do some chicken parmesan. So here's what it looks like. It's actually delicious. I actually recommend it. Yeah, look at that. So you get garlic bread. It's like a pasta, and it's a breaded chicken breast with melted cheese with red sauce, pasta, and garlic bread on the side. Absolutely delicious. Chicken parmigiani. Okay, guys. Well, awesome. That's what we got. That is the Streameroni. You winners are both in the, oh, I gotta pick the MVP. You're probably in the Telegram. MVP entrants were Progressive AI, Raylan, and Vina. Let me check X just to make sure anyone didn't like overshare or tag some people. Thurston Waffles, thanks for the like. Base Raider, thanks for the like. Sometimes people make content. I'll see Iggy's in here dropping content now. There's different ways to support the stream. Sometimes it's commenting. That's my favorite, but I don't want to make you guys like, maybe you just want to enjoy the stream. Maybe you don't need the dream, but it's really just about adding to our engagement. So Iggy's in here commenting on the stream. We love it. Peanut dropped the comment, but if it's going to be the MVP, you got to go further. So we're going to give 3 people have a chance. Vina for asking a question, Raylan for holding out for the whole stream, and Progressive AI for showing up early, dropping love, asking questions. He's on a crazy time zone. So we'll do number generator 1 through 3. No, we won't. We're going to do dice in the Telegram community. So I roll a dice in the community. The options are 1, 2, and 3. Whichever one pops up first is the winner. So I'm rolling. I'll show you in a second. The first one is 1. 1 is Progressive AI. Shout out to Progressive AI. Shout out to AMP. You are the winner, my friend. 15,000 dream for you. 15,000 for dream for J-Dog. Congratulations. Yeah, guys, this is Dream Talk. We do it every Thursday. We talk about dreams and making them come true. We teach, we educate, and we tie it into the crypto space. And we talk about how Dreamcat up here in the right-hand corner has a mission, has a purpose, has a plan. And what we want to do is build the largest community of dreamers in the world and use Web3 and use dreams, a universally relatable topic. You don't got to know about, you know, consciousness and all that. Actually, I'll go back to J-Dog's comment. He left an extra talking point. But you don't got to know about all that necessarily. Maybe you have a dream and you're just chasing it. And you want to be around people who are like-minded, who are actively doing things in life. Your mom ever tell you, don't hang out with that friend. He's a bum. He's going nowhere in life. You ever heard that? So who do you hang out with in your life? The power here is if we bring lots of people together who are taking massive action. And imagine if this chat said, you know, this week I opened my business. This week I made my first video and it went viral. Imagine what that would do for you. Proximity is power. If you get around the right environment, the right people, this fuels you. When I worked around people who were writing books, I wrote a book the same year. My boss wrote a book. The VP, vice president wrote a book. I saw 2 books get written. I wrote a book. I was like, wow, when you see it, when you get in the arena, it rubs off. So we hope to do some great things here in Dream. We hope that you can see that and realize the only reason it's possible is not because, hey, I'm so special or Libre's so special or Raylan's so special. The idea that we're preaching here is that the principles that we teach, the principles of success, the principles that will be in book club on Saturday at 9:00, we'll be talking about how to think by Napoleon Hill, how to think in your life. These principles are universal. And the dreamers of the world that you model yourself after, maybe I'm talking about myself, Walt Disney and Barnum, they follow the principles too. And if you have a passionate idea, a purpose somewhere, then you follow the rules, compounding consistency, belief, law of attraction, X, Y, Z, your dream can come true. Because anyone who made their dream come true was a dreamer who decided that they were going to. They committed to do so. All right. And that's what we got. Dream Talk. I am the Genie, a.k.a. Zach Krupp, a.k.a. Dreamcat Solana, and we are going to read some more J-Dog's comments. Dude, you know why I said all that? I'm starving. I'm conflicted here. I've been going to bed late, like 3 a.m. 2 nights ago, I didn't even sleep. Last night, I slept a long time. I slept till like 10 o'clock today because I hadn't slept in 2 days. So you don't see me in the GMs. It's 9 o'clock. I haven't eaten dinner. I need to go to the gym. But I can't eat too close to bed or my stomach gives me an issue. So I think what I need to do right now is work out super fast, eat super light. I've made the food stuff because I'm absolutely starving too, bro. My stomach is rumbling. I ate it like noon. I'm starving right now, so I'm hungry too. But I want to touch on your this. Let's see what you had to say here. J-Dog. So he's speculating about Jim Carrey. We talk about current events a little bit. He says, I think it's the evolution of his consciousness, and he wants to try new things. So it actually was a cool thing. On the surface, he wanted to learn French, right? He wanted to learn French, and he did an acceptance speech a little bit in French, and it certainly didn't look like him. So that's why people were like, you got those conspiracies, right? Kanye, there's multiple Kanyes, there's multiple Kevin Harts and Britney Spears and all these people. So we don't know for sure, but I love the thought. It brought a lot of attention on Jim Carrey, and so I looked him up. I looked at the fan pages, and then I found his personal Instagram account. It was so cool to me. Most people don't know this. Jim Carrey kind of, he's a very well-renowned actor. We talk about him because he wrote a $10 million check and he manifested. He's in some of our success videos we listen to about how to, chase your dreams. He did it. He talks about, I made this character. I made this funny guy that everyone could like and love, and he became a big shot actor. On his Instagram, I found it was so cool for about, he's probably been doing it for 10 years, but for 3 years, he's been making content about consciousness. So basically, this kind of content is sort of what we're touching on. It's the bigger, it's like beyond politics and, making money. It's like, why do we exist? Who is that little voice in my head? What is my purpose? Or, what happens after I die? It's like deeper thoughts. And yeah, for 3 years, he's been sharing all his thoughts. I thought it was super cool. I can relate to him. Some people don't understand it. And yeah, it's he does art now. So he's super into art and he paints. And I totally understand. When you get a certain shift in your life, it changes how you move and how you live on the earth. Right now, for example, I am entering this. I'm not ready to, give up my ambitions and become a painter and just, sit in the grass and meditate or something. But I can understand it. You realize this life experience that you have on earth is so special. And when you get caught up in the buzz and the noise, it's easy to lose track of that, right? I'm struggling. I just need money. I need money. My life's full of hardships. That's a lot of people's journey. But when you really stop to smell the roses and you understand the meaning of life, it opens up new expressions. Usually gratitude's a big piece. So he's like, I'm artistic and I have these dreams and I paint my dream, right? So Jim Carrey's done some paintings. He's done some art shows. So he's experiencing with other mediums of this earth place that we're at, right? Another huge medium is music. In my, shifting, I found more joy in the sun, in the clouds. I'm in love with the clouds. I'm in love with waking up in the morning. A hot sunny day brings joy to my face. That's been my shift, is the little things I'm deeply grateful for. People say, how are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm just happy to be alive and given another gift of the day. And you can't get there until you develop in your mind to like a further place, right? You got to kind of get to a different meaning of life, where some people say, man, I hate my parents. They're so annoying. It's like, man, my parents are alive. Wow, that's amazing. What a gift. Like every day, if I can call my mom and she answers, it's like, Mom, hey, how you doing? So glad you answered, right? Cool. Love my mom. Someday she won't be able to do that. So you take each day, you treat it specially. I think the other thing is music. I'm getting into music more. I'm understanding the art and the joy of music, basically. Like I listen to a song, I'm like, this is a work of art. Like I'm gonna play this song over and over because it's a masterpiece. And what a gift to be alive, guys. What a gift. We're here, we're on this stream. I appreciate you guys, but I don't feel that you're giving me anything. You're here, you're choosing to spend a moment of your life here, as am I. Choosing to, I'm in my place, spending a moment of my life in front of a screen talking to no one. You could say, what am I doing with my life? You're talking to 130 people. Some of them aren't even listening. Maybe they hear a little bit. What is it doing? Why am I doing this? What good is this for my life? Maybe I should be outside, should I be reading a bunch of books? Should I be at the casino doing what I love? Why am I doing this? Well, that's the thing, is I don't think you're wasting your time. I'm investing in something I think matters, right? Which is inspiring the world to dream. This is one of my passions. I want to see you make your dream come true. I want to cultivate it. And I don't care if we're not popping and ready yet. I'm speaking to those who are here, because Raylan, you're here, J-Dog, you're here, you're probably still hearing this. You guys are enough. If you're acting, maybe some other people are still listening, just not in the comments, and some are maybe ghost listeners and they'll never comment. But that's enough for me. If 100 people listen to the podcast on Spotify, that's enough for me, because in this life, it only takes one. You're inspired by one person's action. I could be playing that side mission role in your life, finding Dreamcat. For me, finding crypto was a piece of my dream journey. I have a friend, Kevin. He introduced me to crypto. He's changed the trajectory. You're here with me in Dreamcat because of Kevin. During COVID, he introduced me to crypto. Changed my life, changed my trajectory. Now I'm in this vehicle. I'm with you because of him. So I may be here. Dreamcat, your first exposure to personal development, your first exposure to crypto, your first meme coin, may play a role in your big life journey. And if it is, I'm honored to be a part of it. So I don't think this time's for waste. If you're here, I don't think you're spending your time. I believe you're investing your time, because we're not talking about Bitcoin and mindless things. We try to have a little bit of fun. We joke, tell a few stories, but we're teaching things that can shift how you move in your life, perhaps things that can move you closer to your dream. And if you do listen, my assumption is this is something that interests you. It calls you. We're past the point of come support, right? We appreciate that. We appreciate a retweet, love. I do that too. I'm not a big consumer of content, but what I am obsessive about is dreams. If you want to talk to me about dreams, I'll talk to you all day. I'm in the Telegram. Sometimes I talk to myself in the Telegram. I say, hey, the way I'm moving is, yes, Doug, I'm live right now. Oh, I sent him the stream. Yes, sir. Actually, I won't even reply. I sent the stream to a few different people who I don't normally pester, because I think they could benefit from this. So anyway, digression. Stream's over. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. See you Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern for another live before we close out the week. It's an exciting week. We're moving different. You see new content. I'm empowered. I'm empowered. Life's freaking amazing. Even though my life isn't crazy winning, I'm on fire for life. It's a gift to be alive. It's a gift to chase your dream. I hope you do it. I hope you make it come true. I hope you achieve it. I'm rooting for you.
That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things.
We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary, our holders may vary, our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dressed up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream, but guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dreamcat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.